Do you know how easy this is for me? Do you have any fucking idea how easy this is? This is a fucking joke. And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am, because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up.
Hey everybody, this is Joshua Johnson, JohnsonBoss on DB in the Discords for Edison and everything. And with me today I have Chase Simpson, Simpson online, and the reigning, as of Sunday, the reigning Edison World Champion for 2025. And we're here today to go over the GB list, the run, and then the actual replays, and go over what happened in the actual run itself. So that's the agenda for the day. Chase, welcome.
Good to be here.
I'm glad that we're doing this. Really proud of your run and everything that I think that went into winning it. It was really well done, well played, that we'll see today and all that kind of good stuff. Is there anything like you want to say about like the run itself, how it felt, or anything like that before we dive into maybe just going over the list and then starting to go over some of the replays?
I mean, I think it just feels good to win with your favorite deck when other people, I guess, doubt it a little more than you do. And I don't know. I've always felt GBs, if you know the meta you're attacking, was always probably good enough. It just, you can pick what decks you want to beat and try to metagame for those and just hope you don't see other stuff. And I think it can work out if you play well, have the right list, and get a little lucky.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I know you said that on Frazier's thing too, was it's nice, like you said, it's nice to win with your favorite list, especially like you said, you played with it and that for 15, 17 years now or something like that, which is a crazy long amount of time. I dabbled back then and played with it, but nothing like your history with it, I feel like. And for me too, there is that, like, I love playing GBs because people hate it a little bit, and because they doubt it, especially. So winning with it feels that much better.
Yeah, it does, I guess, feel good to be the villain sometimes.
Or the hidden boss. I think I heard in the stream, I think Sizzle said something like he knows Simpson's been like a hidden boss in the Edison world for a while, because you haven't played that much online until just the last 6 months or so, and you've just been racking up wins the whole time. So I thought that was a fun way to phrase it as well.
Yeah, I like that personally too. It's a nice little compliment.
Yeah, from the Edison GOAT, the undisputed Edison GOAT.
Yeah, that makes it a little more.
Yeah, like he's such a nice guy. It was cool to see him on the stream and hear him talk about the run too when it was live. But yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and jump through the list a little bit here. Talk through, I think, the bigger, maybe more notable points of it, and then we'll dive into the replays. Just starting at the top.
So,
go ahead.
Pretty much for the last year, I've been pretty close to the same build. It's with a couple cards changed here and there is basically what I played all of War League except that 1 week. And I really like the one I was smashing in the main to hedge against random Titanial decks and just Blackwings.
Yeah, like going second versus Blackwing, losing the die roll versus Blackwing, having the smashing is really nice.
Yeah, it as long, like, I like the Blackwing matchup as long as they don't open Whirlwind, which is probably what everybody says, right?
Right.
It's just the games they open Whirlwind, especially going first, feels so hard to win. So that accounts for me not liking the matchup, I guess.
Yeah.
The one Starlight Road is one of the cards that I've been off and on pretty frequently. It, as we'll see, it came up huge this tournament. I guess that's to be expected since, of the 10 rounds, I think I played 6 Blackwings.
Yep.
Going 5-1 against them with Roma being my only loss.
Roma, the kryptonite.
And then, yes, the kryptonite. And then I think Frazier talked about this on his a channel a long time ago, but talking about how in open decklist tournaments, he's never playing without torrential. And I've also been a somewhat hater of torrential and GB just because it feels so awkward having to blow up your own board.
Yeah. When our normals matter so much, it feels really bad.
Right. And so I've always been a hater of it, but at the same time, it's torrential, and they really need to know you play it, otherwise things get real awkward. So I think that's that. The only other difference is I usually play Gores. I didn't play Gores because my list, I think, has been seen online a lot more lately after I 9-0'd the PBR. And so I thought that people would respect it a little more. So I felt like it was better into the side deck. And I also don't really like it that much against Blackwings, which I think would be the most popular deck. And so instead of that, we went for the second Sam Knight just for the cat utility, as well as the fact that it gives you the option of tagging into Sam Knight. Just because whenever I played one Sam Knight, I would never tag into it, just because if I top Rescue Cat and the Sam Knight's dead, the best card in my deck's dead. And I guess we all would have thought this already too, but the Rescue Cat put in a lot of work too.
The Rescue Cat was working overtime. It was a herd of cats. There's no way there was just one in the deck. I refuse to believe it. It showed.
You'd have a lot of people agree with you on that.
I think definitely we'll see in the replay as Cat shows up. But there's a few dads here and there too, so like some of the power 1-ups showed up on both sides of the board, I think. So looking at, for me, the only other like notable things to even like really mention, we know, like you said, you've been on this list for a while. The Stratos Prisma engine and Rhoda, for that matter, has been kind of a mainstay in all the lists that you've had out for a while. Is there any give brief summary about why you like the Strato? I guess on top of like the Prisma engine, which I think most people understand exactly why, but give brief insight on like your Stratos Rhoda on top of the Prisma package insights.
So Stratus pretty much is just good into anything that's not combo. It helps a lot in those scenarios where your opponent goes first and sets a monster, and you really need to contest the Raikou, because the last thing you want to do is just set 3 back rows and let them decide to pick one off and then make their next play. Or you have to sometimes, but it's not exactly ideal to run a GB into a Raikou. So say they open bottomless Raikou, it puts them in that weird catch-22 of, are you bottomlessing your Stratus? Or are you just letting the Raikou eat it? And I'm really big into just trying to make it's basically just a starter that searches the Prisma that also pairs with hopefully the Rescue Cat you drew. I think it's kind of crazy to not run, as well as it just being able to contest opening Bora or anything of that nature. It's just, I think it's too good to run, too good not to run. The only question is you just have to make room, and Stratus is one of the reasons that I definitely play over 40 cards. Because you have to have him, but you also don't want to open too many monsters. So got to add a Speller Trap too.
Yeah, and you've talked about that in Fraser's thing as well, and the 42 or the 41 kind of is there to support the Stratos and Rhoda engine as well. I agree. And then also the other notable thing too, I think, along with that, the monster count and the ratio of the deck is Stratos Rhoda also pulls the monster count as soon as you play Rhoda, and then you're Rhodaing for Stratos 75% of the time. You just pull 2 monsters out of the deck right there. So you've already right-sized how the deck is playing from that point on moving forward, which is a really notable, that deck thinning and how we're drawing still a good ratio at that point, I think is pretty important. And then you've always kind of decently liked Shrink, and it's kind of been in and out, one of the edge cards. I know we'll see in the replay Shrink did a lot of work. I think going into it, were you pretty confident in that decision?
Yeah, it. I think it's tough because if you would have told me I would have played 60% of my rounds against Blackwings, I probably would have reconsidered it a little bit.
Sure.
But it's always a card I've thought was good as one-off. Plus, as we talked about a little bit, if they see Shrink on the replay, all of a sudden they have to consider all the options if I just summon a GB and attack into a bigger monster, which I do a moderate amount of time. And then they have to decide, okay, they saw Shrink, they can't really hold the Necro now, so they're because they could just chain Necro to book. So if they saw Shrink, they have to consider, does he have the Shrink? Am I just burning the Necro? And there's definitely situations where you're behind against Vayu, and just attacking to try to bait a Necro is not a bad play at all. You just have to try to make the read on when's the right time to do that.
Right. Yeah. I like that a lot. Because if you're stuck behind, like having to get to a big monster and then not being able to attack, that's a much bigger issue. If you can take a turn where you're not going to progress the game and you can still take the Necker out, that's pretty notable.
Yep, and that works a lot better if they've seen Shrink in your deck before.
Yes, it works significantly better in that scenario. Awesome. So I think that's a good summary hit of the main. And I think the only really notable things in the side, especially from what you've had lately, is the Kaiku and the Consecrated Lights that I think is more public. Kaiku, obviously, like you would say, the Vayu and like maybe Lightsworn matchups.
Yeah, it's Vayu, Lightsworn. Those are the main two. Just because if you get stuck behind an oppression in Vayu, Kaiku's a big beater that also disrupts their plans.
Yep.
And then, Consecrated Lights, obviously, just for Blackwings. And it's one of those cards that I know we've been on the fence about a lot before, but if you can get Light down with Trap Stun and actual protection for a Cyber, or if Oppression's up, it makes them slow the tempo down so much that even if you're behind, you can try to take advantage of that. And since they have to set monsters, you can just attack Secutor into sets if you get the opportunity, and then everything changes.
Right.
Plus, I don't think, unless they sided in Dyna, maybe, there's not a way for them to answer Consecrated Light plus Hurt. No. And you talked about it before, how Blackwing is probably the deck that Hurt's the most fragile into. Mm-hmm. So having the Consecrated Light there, Hurt it goes from being a little bit fragile depending on what they have to just they can't really do anything at all.
Yep. Yeah, because
go
ahead.
And it just helps you get Herc out. So
right. Yeah, far easier to get Herc out because, like you said, they're setting monsters, and as soon as it's out there with the Herc, they're literally they're just behind in all game states because they have to set first before they can do anything monster wise, which is the only way to threaten Herc. And then in that meantime, they're just getting run over. It doesn't even matter. So, yeah, I agree. It came up in my I only had one Blackwing matchup in mine, but I'm sure we'll see it in your replays. And if you watch, I did a version of this that is public now. By the time we're recording this, and Herc next to Consecrated Light won me 2 games versus Blackwings. It showed up really fast, and neither of us have played with it that much, to be honest, on the Consecrated Light side, I know. But it showed up pretty good for us here, for sure.
Yep. I don't think I got the chance to Consecrate Herc anyone, so maybe next time.
How disappointing.
I don't know.
So we'll just go ahead and dive in to the matchups one by one and kind of talk through them. Some of them will be pretty quick, which is nice. It'll keep the video maybe a little bit faster. But just trying to the goal is really as you know, get your thoughts along the way about the decision making, about from what we drew, what we're worried about, what we're thinking play by play, and just go from there. So. We won the die roll going first here. You want, obviously, this is kind of a simple one, but what would you say?
I mean, the cat makes its first appearance.
Yep. Right off the bat.
Many more to come.
Yeah, and there's really no decision making here to make with the road being drawn too. It's just
Yeah.
just put Bessie into play, set them all, and pass. And now we just feel like ridiculously secure in everything that we can do. Um, really nice. He opens the heavy. That road shows up immediately. Opening the Solemn is the only thing that I feel like minorly would have given him a chance, but the fact that there's no wing on this field for Icarus to be live, he knows he's pretty much sunk at this point.
Yeah, I think even if he tried.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Can't really blame him for that one.
Yeah, just an instant scoop scenario there.
And then this hand's not bad either, but he's on a play with Whirlwind Churro, which after what we did is fair.
Yep.
Fair play.
Yeah, so we obviously just go ahead and just do Serratos here and contest the Kalut that we just saw. Yep.
Yeah, I think he added Gale, right? Or did he add Kalut?
He did add Gale. You're right, actually.
So I mean, that basically told us
he
had the Clute, but I don't think there's a way we were winning this game if he actually does have the Clute, especially if we're thinking the set's Icarus. I guess there's a world. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Given what we have, I don't think there's any way we can beat Clute here. So we have to pretend he doesn't have it, and unfortunately, he did. So.
Right, and like the rundown is just really fast here, no matter what we do. Especially like with Solemn costing us so many life points to even play it, and then already being behind on the board presence with no way to out the monster. It's just we're not going to do it. I think we could take a rip with the MST there. I'm sure you thought about taking a rip at the Icarus here before setting.
Yeah, and maybe I'm supposed to, but again, it just kind of feels like it's one of those times where I don't know. Maybe if I do that, he actually respects the back row, but I just kind of felt like he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Which I guess feelings aren't the most best indicator of what would actually happen, but I think, especially given now that we see his hands monster heavy, I don't think he would have respected it. And the only big upside is it at least gives us the potential to maybe top deck a rescue cat and do something. But I think from here he's probably going 7, then 8, then Blizzard, and we're just dead.
Yeah, that's exactly because that's the worst thing is like even if we have to Solemn something in the middle, that all of a sudden we have no life left, and we already know he has this threat of Gale in the special. So it just wasn't gonna happen there.
Yeah. So and then sure off the top, and he didn't even think, he just slams it, and I was like, okay,
we didn't discourage anything.
Cooked.
We did draw the cat. Did not matter.
Yeah.
Cat showed up twice in first 2 games. Okay. So game 3 here is another
indicative of how the tournament goes.
Well, oh boy.
And this hand is obviously pretty much the nuts.
Yep. Just so much threat here. Like, what's he gonna do? And he opens so many monsters, so we're just like, we don't have to worry about anything. We know we're probably gonna end up Solemning the suppression, I'm guessing.
No, I don't think we do that.
Oh, we draw straps.
That's why.
That's why. Okay. Yeah.
So yes, I mean, so here I debated Prisma Tiger, Solemn the Oppression, but I decided it was just safer to summon Consecrated Light and set the trap stun, so maybe I can hold on to the Solemn.
Yep.
I know that sort of conflicts with
Prisma Tiger.
Gazaris, but I think maybe I did end this game in Hurt, because if we summon the in Hurt Consecrated Light, but because we summon here, then he kind of is forced to set, and then
Mm-hmm. This is a weird. I mean, I know we know his hand, but it's still a weird switch to defense for me here. Like that doesn't make sense. Yeah, so we probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he scoops before this is over here, especially because now we get to stun this oppression and we don't have to Solemn it at all. Yep. and then we don't even have it yet. It was just not a real game there for the most part, but showing Consecrated Light value right out of the gates, and not a lot of tough decision making either way. I think.
Yeah, and honestly, kind of did feel for my opponent there because I was like, there wasn't much you could do.
Yeah, unless, especially in like a big like Worlds, like this is to open Worlds like that is kind of unfortunate for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have our loss of the day up here. We lose the die roll.
Yep.
And we open Colute Set Prison. So already we're going second versus Blackwings. We already know there's some difficulty there. I'm assuming you're kind of thinking like he's probably not normally Colute without another Colute.
Yep.
So.
Or it's literally the only one he has, and he wanted to summon something.
Yeah.
So I obviously knew here he didn't, or I was willing to bet here he didn't have Shura or Bora.
Yes.
But my hands also 3 GBs is. This is one of those situations we talked about where Stratus would have just felt great because are you supposed to Colute the attack or you're not supposed to Colute the attack? Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Because Stratos, like, we just would have loved to get the Prisma, throw the body in the deck, and force him to make a tough decision one way or the other. But especially I guess we do have Compulse as a little bit of summon interruption here, but it doesn't feel particularly good. Having to Compulse a normal Bora that can be instantly special summoned does not feel good.
And maybe I'm not supposed to do that there, but
I mean, you're sorry.
Like nothing can really go right if I let him search Colute, right?
Correct. Yeah. We have no way to break any of this without that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised he even used. So you just scooped there to hide the road information.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was over, but yeah.
So going first here, a little bit better. He opened solid himself. I think good restraint on his part to not do this right away and hold it.
Yep.
That makes sense.
So obviously, since we have the MST, I figured it probably wasn't, or maybe hopefully wasn't exactly Oppression plus Bottomless or Torrential.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep, and obviously we're kind of generically happy he hit that one and not the.
Yeah. Plus, getting rid of his back rows would have cleared the way for Cat plus Torrential, which is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. So he makes another good decision here to normal that, letting him keep presence on board under Bottomless. And that's really brutal for us because he's got the brain control to suicide the Laquaris. I know a lot of times people will bring up like, well, shouldn't you run Hothmas to like go Laquari Hop here? And yeah, situationally sometimes that may look really good, but generally like Hothmas just doesn't carry that much value is the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'm not but I'm not a big Hothmas believer.
Right. Oh boy. So
the Trap Stone was a great draw there.
Yep.
And so that's the second time Road has worked in 2 rounds.
Yep. On all but one.
I guess when you play a lot of Blackwings, though, that's kind of to be expected.
It's going to do a little better. So, Cat here. Kind of, I think, if I recall, you go into Samnite here, and we don't have a Chariot to search, which would have maybe felt okay here. But...
Yeah, but I mean, even just another GBs.
Yeah. Did you have an opinion on this card at all, the Dust Tornado, or are you just whatever it is, it is?
I think I thought it was back row removal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if the attack went through, he already saw Road.
Yep. What are we holding?
Yeah, we didn't prio, right? So.
Mm-hmm. That is a brutal draw there. We just needed to. Honestly, we probably would have been fine if we get one turn of a blank, like a.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's not that many. There's Vayu, there's Kalut, and then a couple back rows that wouldn't have done anything. But
Yeah, it was definitely a little riskier than I like. And then drawing Dutch, not great.
yep.
So, like, not the worst spot in the world, but
Yeah.
not feeling terrible about this. And annoyingly enough, Murmelo can't
Clear
clear
the Sirocco.
either of those.
Yeah, that's always been not fun. And we can't. I mean, not that this Sirocco pump either way is getting over, even if we had Laquari. But we also don't even have an ability to go Laquari. So I guess we go Darius here.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot Bessie was.
It's just one of those weird, unfortunate, like, that's obviously the best play, but we're starting to run out of GB names in deck with like 5 in the graveyard.
Right.
And so here we go Herc. We're obviously.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
For some reason, I thought we got 2-0'd here. So I was like, how do we lose this one? We did not, in fact, get 2-0'd.
So here, I legitimately believed he had oppression, but I wasn't. Like, I was afraid of oppression Icarus, maybe, and maybe I'm supposed to hold the cyber for longer, but then I have to solemn the oppression, and
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like that's probably the only path to victory I might have had.
Yeah.
Because summoning Bora doesn't exactly tell me for sure he doesn't have Shura. I probably would have summoned Shura here if I was him.
I agree.
Just because you know I play Stratus, but
Yeah, especially with no Kalut. Like, the Bora summon's almost like it feels like a very intentional attempted misdirection on his part.
Yeah, what are his back rows? It's Oppression Dust.
Oppression Dust, yeah.
Because I mean, Stratus plus 5 in the back row. Like, any defense back row is pretty hard here.
It does. It goes extremely hard here. Really, so and also even just like Laquari. Stratus was a little better, but like, yeah, if we drew any of the 1800s, it would have been pretty solid here. So that makes sense. Do you set the? Okay, you just solo set to play around Icarus.
Yeah.
And it was mirror. Okay. Yeah.
Because and maybe that was wrong. I was a little worried about getting too far behind on tempo and taking too much damage because he obviously, just summons and going to battle. And I was still thinking it was or I was attempting to play around Icarus more than Dust there, and
it just happened to be Dust. Yeah,
that's a special summon, so that's not good.
Yeah.
So here I felt like I'm obviously forced to set the bestie and hope I top heavy, basically.
Yes. Yeah, that's right, because we don't have wave, so we're literally hoping for heavy. Exactly. Or I guess MST is in, so heavy MST is like the hope. Yeah, there's nothing else you can really do there.
And so he attacks, we prison.
Yep.
And we still have hope, but we draw Compulse, which not much hope.
Yeah.
We draw another GB.
Yep, and then he gets aggressive.
And we once again
have to compulse the board. Yeah. I mean, it's just not. This game was just going to be 100%. Like, if we never found an out to oppression, we were not going to have a chance to break through it. And we never did.
Yeah, it's.
It's like, obviously it's correct, but like passing with 400 life points is a really funny end here.
Yeah, it's So I think the only real decision point game 3 was if I just play into Icarus by more less either setting my hand or just literally setting Solemn and trying to contest the Cyber next turn. But yeah, that just seems like, I don't know. This game, I don't know. This one's rough.
It is rough. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I think it's, even with perfect decision making, if he plays it how I think he'd end up playing it, it's not going to matter. But that's like the only prayer is maybe just how he plays into it is the only chance that we're going to have.
Right.
There.
And I mean, sometimes we do have to do that, but
yeah,
Roma has played pretty well against me in the past, and is one of the only people with a winning record against me lately.
I know you said it on Fraser's podcast, but you got to like a 19 game win streak?
Yeah, he was my last boss before the 19 game win streak started, and then he ended the 19 game win streak.
Yeah, and then now you're on like a W8 again after that. Pretty good. So we're on to the next one. We get Vayu here. We also open Rhodes showing up again. We open pretty good. Did we just set the yard here?
Yeah, we did. That's quite possibly. Maybe I'm supposed to hold one or two. I don't know.
Yeah. Is Mirror Force down? I think.
Nah, Shrink.
Like, what are you holding though? Like, we're not holding Stun, we're not holding Road, we're not holding Chariot.
Yeah, I think that's.
And especially versus Vayu, they could easily put up 2 bodies. So
that and if he randomly like MST the book or Shrink, whichever one I hold, and summon the Sirocco, I really wish I didn't. So yeah, I think it is probably correct. It's just
agree. It does suck if he does nothing.
I hate just putting a sign on my head that says I have Road or Solemn.
Yep. We were doing that no matter what here, but I do hate that element sometimes, and there's no way you could have played it slower. Playing slower would have been wrong for sure. The only other time I hate it is when like we're in this scenario and we like top deck Rhoda and they don't eat any of the back rows. We're just like, damn it.
Oh yeah.
But it's still good. I like him drawing Gores and Solemn together. It's probably pretty nice for us here because he's probably feeling like I need to get Gores out before. Yeah, see, honestly, I think him knowing that we're on GBs, obviously he knows now and knew before the game. I think he has to say my Gores is going to suck no matter what, so I'm not going to try and drop it. I think he has to set back rows here.
Yeah.
And it's probably not good,
yeah.
but I don't know. He was losing this.
Yeah, that's a rough spot.
It's a really rough spot for Vayu to see this board here. He didn't eat any of your real traps.
Yeah, and I also decided to even play around the
Gores,
the Gores a little bit, yeah. Because I think that's one thing that people maybe do wrong a lot is if there's no benefit to tagging, we don't necessarily always, have to attack.
Right.
Like, we generally don't really win the game through damage. It's more of we get the ball rolling and then they just get buried under it.
Yeah. You get buried under it, and we just have total control. Because, yeah, I think, like, what? Your only real... You could maybe argue if you want to really YOLO, you put out Secutor, or it's Ready Ari. Like, those are your 2 options on a tag, if we really care. And that also makes Gores a little bit more of an annoyance to take care of then, too, if we decide that. So, I think that was definitely the right way to play it.
Yeah.
Another trap.
It's a little unfortunate. He had the Icarus for both monsters. Obviously, at this point, I'm like, okay, I've got Road, but Solemn's probably coming. So we Road, he Solemn's.
Yeah.
I guess since I think this was probably quite possibly incorrect. If I know that I have the second stun in hand, I feel like I'm probably supposed to stun instead of Icarus there, right? Or instead of Road there, right? Or no?
That
Road's a lot worse than the Vayu, but I don't know. It's an interesting decision to look back at.
It's like a pretty crazy decision to say I have an opportunity to activate Road and I'm not gonna take it. Like
that's fair. I guess there's also a world where
it's oppression is the other thing. But then if it's oppression, you still have stun all the way down anyways as fallback.
So it's probably fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're taking your opportunity for Road there and telling him you better have Salo. I don't think.
I mean, and like we said, we definitely think he does, but
Yeah, for sure.
Might as well. So this game all of a sudden became a whole lot harder than it was half a second ago.
Yes.
But here,
this works out well.
Shrink's about to shine.
Yep. So good. Like, the difference in, like, this game state, being able to push through a tag this turn. And I'm assuming we probably a quest for a body? I don't know. We'll see what you do.
I think, yeah, it was obviously definitely a quest for a body or just bestie there.
Yeah.
Basically because it could be exactly what's sitting there, but
Yeah, I think with the other trap stun, that's why I'm going for sure a quest here, because we know we're about to reset more trap protection, and we know we have Dad taken care of. Like, it's going to take Dad plus Sorako here for us to cause us some challenges, and that's...
It's interesting, too, because here's one of those scenarios where maybe if we had kept Road, we're not worried about Heavy now. Whereas we can still...
That's true.
Based on what he has, we're fine, but Heavy would be annoying.
For sure, yeah. And, like, but also, like, if you're going back to your read game one, or turn one, where you're like, well, you tried to show me Gores, and then you power set. So clearly you had power sets turn one. So we're probably pretty strong on this Gores read in hand. Right. Which is, I think that's a really good call out, because this turn can feel a lot more difficult to decide what to do if you don't have a read on what is in his hand.
Right.
Because that card could matter way more. But with a read of, like, as strongly as we probably feel about Gores, it's really important. I think that's like you mentioned it in Fraser's video, I think, but we've definitely talked about it. If not, it's just GB's is very much so a read cards deck to know what to play around.
Yep, it's I'm sure it was probably frustrating in like the stream to watch me play, but literally as soon as they did something every turn, I just looked at both graveyards. Yeah. And normally I would probably apologize for that, but it is the World Championship.
Yeah, it is the World Championship. I think it's okay to double tech and try and get like a real true ID on cards. That's actually one of the more annoying cards that he could have drawn here too.
Yeah, I think.
Do we?
I wanna think I charioted this.
I think. I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah, I think.
I would chariot it, because then we're just booking the Armed Wing with Trap Stun and Chariot set with another tag coming. Nope, you didn't.
Nope, I guess it didn't. I think my logic was I had enough life, and if he Armed Wings, I can just attack over and tag, and it's not the end of the world.
I remember the first time I watched this one, I thought you were going to chariot as well. I
think I justified it by charioting the trooper itself, not the draw part, not the...
Yeah, which is fair, for sure. Because it feels really shitty.
Yeah, I remember that now, because he asked me if I could chariot the trooper, and I wasn't trying to be a smart ass, but I was wondering why he thought maybe I couldn't.
Some people don't know, like, some people get confused, like, in damage step stuff, but I think they should know in Worlds.
He was very nice. I think he was just a little new to GPs.
I guess you were down Chariot, so you didn't want to give him Dad 3, so we decided to do this instead. Or were you starting to get worried?
We still trusted our read, and we had defense. This could go very poorly if he top decks Heavy there.
Yeah, top deck Heavy or Caius is pretty annoying. Yeah,
also, when Vayu's had a set for like 10 turns and nothing banished, I usually just kind of assume
it's return.
It's return.
Yeah, or there's or burial, maybe small chance if they had to set something for like protection.
Right.
But obviously he probably wouldn't. He would have never set burial here. So. Yeah. So we faded Dad for a turn there. Mirror Force, or we got prison now. So it's kind of nice. We drew a lot of defense through this process too. So like, it helped quite a bit. Yeah.
So I think you point out this was interesting where he could have dropped the gores there.
Yeah.
Since the token would have been 16, and because what do we have? We have another GB engrave, right?
Yes.
So since he couldn't actually convert the token, it wouldn't have really mattered. But yeah, he probably should have.
Yeah.
Unless he upstarts in Nikias, of course.
Yeah. There you go. It's kind of like. It's a frustration non-drop because there's quite literally no reason he shouldn't use it. Like, I guess, like, maybe he's trying to make an argument of, like, I draw Greffer, can pitch it to get Armor Master. Like,
I guess at the same time, too, even if he drops scores, I could probably still just get the Chariot to play around Nikias and because I have a defensive trap set, right?
You have Prison and Mirror Force set.
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah.
So basically, once again, as we become accustomed in the GB life, we're just hoping they don't draw heavy.
Yeah. It's pretty much the game plan. It draws Arma.
Up and look, you didn't draw heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. So he scoops right there. Pretty simple for us, I would say. So that was a good game one for us. And this is one of your 2 value matches on the day, right?
Yeah. The only other value was the finals.
Gotcha. We're going pretty solid here. Even going second, I would feel like confident. Obviously, we're worried about Necro kind of being annoying. His open's interesting. I think you and I agree. Seeing Road and Oppression in a deck together is wild.
Yeah.
It just having cards that conflict to that level of a degree, but also like is very easy for us to play around.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem with it too is they both just lose to Trap Stun too.
Right, which they all know that we run 3 of.
Yeah.
And
I guess it's good if you thread the needle because we're probably not expecting it, but yeah.
Right. But yeah, I mean, this is actually a very interesting burial set because like he's probably not going to be double necroing this turn. I understand he has road protection for it, but it just doesn't make sense to set that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too is just like Road and Oppression are both very readable cards quickly, and so that's also why I find them like kind of rough to run together because like we all of a sudden we can say okay we can point to 2 cards that might not do anything, and then they're playing -2. It's pretty rough. So I like this move here. Normal, survive the summon. Obviously, assume there's battle traps, and then set our cards here.
At this point, I think I'm putting on, obviously, Oppression has to be 1 battle trap, and then a Solemn, and then maybe a Dust or something. I don't really know what the last one. That's what I would guess anyway.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. So I like the pass here. That's a good draw for him.
Yeah, Gale's a wee bit annoying.
Yeah.
Actually, probably the most annoying card I think he could draw.
It really is, especially because it's at 1. It's just like, not just because of this situation. I think like in general playing against Vayu, the Gale feels a lot unpredictable sometimes, and it just flies in there literally and figuratively and is annoying frequently.
Yep.
So I'm assuming we attack this time. Oh, we don't.
We did not.
I guess
we stopped the Chariot.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, we couldn't I guess if we attack in the back row, yeah, that's fair. Because if we attack in the back row and trap stun, we lose our trap stun. He probably just necros in the back end of that, and we're kind of stuck in the same spot then.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. This is a very nice shrink here. Do we tag after this?
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
Because again, we don't
We
don't really want to trap stun and then not actually do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just really because we need this trap stun to do work right now. If it doesn't do work, we're in a really rough spot. Yeah. And 2 tags. So basically you're saying like, we want to get 2 tags when we do that. and then Gazaris.
Yep.
Because we're gonna go.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. Whoop. Yep. Okay, this is fine. Yeah. All that makes sense to me. Still, we're kind of getting close with the amount of times we summoned. I guess we still haven't attacked yet, but like we know, we have a good profile on these cards right now. I feel like, and I think
we're.
He might have solemned something. Maybe not. I don't know if he would have solemned anything for sure yet, but. I actually remember what happens now, and he messes up this turn, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
He does. He's supposed to necro twice, and he doesn't. So, obviously, now we know he probably doesn't have solemn, because if he doesn't solemn this with any real traps outside of it, that's inexcusable.
Yeah. Yeah, if he doesn't have book here, there's, I guess...
Burial screws us. But to be fair, I'm curious how you play this, because there's a couple ways we can do. I'm assuming double Sam Knight shows up here. Oh, we didn't do double Sam.
Well,
did you side out Sam Knight?
I think early in the tournament I did side it out for Kaiku once or twice.
Okay.
Which obviously I disagree with now, but
yeah. Because double Sam makes us, again, obviously we don't know he has burial, but double Sam is like really, really good here because it would force him to use the burial as well, obviously. But
well, so I think what I did here is I Tiger into Darius.
Yep.
Because since he chained the Necro, it has to negate the first attack.
Correct.
Oops, that's not okay. Yeah. So I went ahead and did this because I want to get one tag off and.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense. I guess.
And then now.
Yeah.
Now, because we did that, the burial doesn't matter as much, but we also wouldn't have a chariot here, which is pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
Would have loved to hit the oppression, but
yeah,
can't get it all.
And I guess I actually, now that I'm watching this, I understand a little bit why. I don't honestly. By the way you played it, I feel like you didn't even think about it. But with having Bestie Darius on board, there's like a little part of me that understands a little bit about why he wouldn't have in the moment. Because either way, you're just gonna Gazara stuff. But I still think you probably should have used it.
What's also interesting too, I wonder, was he trying to play around Kaiku? Is that why he changed burial to Trapstone?
I don't know. Or he chained the Necro to Trapstone. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no need for him to chain the Necro there. It was probably just a couple mistakes on his part in this turn.
Well, he did ask me after the game if he could have Necroed twice, and I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, literally right there. So that's okay. If he doesn't know, that's fair. And I probably should have asked after the match in a big tournament like this, but I also at least respect that he's like, I didn't know what to do, so I'm just gonna ask. So I
I like him a lot. He I believe he said he's got a tournament this week, and he's from Italy, so I hope he does Italy. I believe so. I hope he does well.
Yeah, that's all. I know Rome was in that too. Him and I played. I didn't tell you earlier. We played like 8 matches earlier today because he wanted to practice.
Against GBs.
Yep.
Okay.
I was like, you've been the one kicking. You've been the only one kicking the world champ's ass. I think you're the one that has this figured out, man. Probably charioting this.
Oh yeah, 100% charioted it.
I'm just trying to think what he is gonna send that's gonna punish us here. Because I think there's a world I don't chariot this.
In retrospect, it probably is, since I still believe that the set is oppression. I'm probably not supposed to, but I didn't want to get even greedier, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're basically, obviously he's going to send value here almost certainly. Yeah, it's interesting because I get just taking Masha's off the board and everything, but I do think making sure. Yeah, I guess it's true because you believe that that's oppression, so you're not expecting to
Yeah,
tag
so
out
I think
the Gazaris anyways.
I think it is probably best to let the Arma go and then try to Necro or try to Chariot the Necro.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a slight misstep on my part.
Yeah, but we didn't have perfect reads
here,
there, so that's fair.
Well, but here the read becomes pretty perfect.
Yes.
He does not Necro the Gazaris, and then I say, okay, there's no way in God's name that's not oppression now, so we are never tagging.
Yeah, 100%. That happens really. It happens. I think in 2 of my games, I attacked over something with a Necro and Graveyard, and they let it through. And to be fair, sometimes we do, like, obviously not this game state, but for people watching, like, there are times where we're like, yeah, I expect you to oppression, and I want you to be under oppression right now.
Yes.
That is not this game state, but it's an important thing to note.
Yes.
Especially if they have Roccos in their hand, and we're like, well, we're losing to their Rocco, so that's a bad draw for him. So now do we normal here, because Torrential's out obviously, and again we have what we feel like is the perfect read here. So it's just forcing the Necro out, and then tagging. I see that's right there actually. That's a good call out for what we just talked about. Like you tagged, you're like, okay, if you want to go under oppression, flip it, and then your oppression's off for me, and on for you. Like you can't summon and I can, so.
Yep.
And then Gazaris would move. Yep. So that's a wild top 10. Holy shit.
Yeah, that one, I'm be honest, that one gets me.
Oh my God. That is insane. For those watching, I think neither Chase or I would tell you that we think Dyna's a good side in versus GBs. Obviously, there are these moments like this where it's just like doing God's work, but this is a wild scenario in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, yeah, we just attack. We're like, oh wow. I mean, I'm glad we at least attack with Gazaris first, because there's a lot of worlds I'm attacking small there first. Because I'm assuming Vayu or Raikou, honestly. So like,
yeah.
And like then I honestly am legitimately thinking I might have attacked Ready Eye first there. I don't know for sure, but I'm glad you didn't. And then we just set traps down here. Yep. That's a... I don't know why he would have done that.
He was worried about the stun, I think.
Yeah, it's just a very specific read to simplify his back. Obviously, he probably now knew that we knew it was oppression. So I guess I kind of get that. But doing that with no real play, I don't really like it, even though I understand it. So... Vayu, he doesn't have any cards yet there. So, oh, look who shows up. That's a great draw for us.
Goat.
He probably has to mirror for it.
Yeah, because there was definitely a situation there where like that game could have got a little more complicated.
Yeah.
If we top a normal GB there and have to attack.
Yep.
But Strass was a perfect draw on.
Yeah, it's just the classic, he just replaced himself. So we were already up a lot of cards, and now we're up another extra card with the body, yeah. And it's going to be all she wrote. Do we go Bestie here? Yep, just simplify it. And... yeah. I think I'm just attacking there, too. Yeah. Obviously, it's game. Yep. Yep. Do we not have any more requires? So probably. Or Mirror Force is out. It literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yep. Clean enough. Good stuff by Homebar there. Probably made a couple errors, but we'll take the win as we get them. All right. This is BenDFUT. Have you played this guy before?
I think it's BenDFUT.
Oh, Bendy, is it like a soccer reference? Or I don't even know.
I don't know. It just sounds better to me that way.
Yeah, I think you are right.
Yeah. I was telling him thanks for not playing Hero Beat this tournament, because I think a lot of times he does, and I ain't trying to play Hero Beat.
I'm not either, but to be honest, sometimes this Twilight matchup, it feels just as tricky.
True, especially the way this one starts.
Yeah, I mean, Necro, this is... does he mill it? Yep. Oh my god.
I guess literally the only consolation prize for me here is he didn't draw any cards off Goroff, because that probably would have ended the game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, this is just... I think every single deck is going to struggle with this, but I think GB's in particular are going to struggle against this for obvious reasons. Gotta eat the Necro. Yep. And obviously, like, Celestia would be really annoying here.
Yeah, and the reason I summoned a Quest there is that I wanted him to at least think about Chariot, and I think he does, because...
I think you have to threaten the tag, too, either way.
Yeah, threaten the tag, threaten the Chariot, see what happens. Though, to be fair, I'm not even really sure what I'm doing if the attack goes through. I guess it's
probably Murmilla.
Lucari. Maybe, yeah. Probably Lucari, or... Yeah, probably Lucari.
Yeah.
Nothing feels great.
Nothing feels good. That's the real answer. I think I'm Murmilla, I think, if that's good. I mean, that's awesome. That's pretty wild that we just took out the field and then also the sword.
So I think at least my opinion is he was probably expecting Chariot and wanted to force the Chariot before he Luminated into the Chariot to get another one.
Yep.
Fortunately for me, I had the Torrential.
Yeah.
And then we obviously bottomless here because stuff with 8s could happen, and Sork's just kind of a big monster.
Yep. Yep. So we'll honestly, the difference between the end of his turn 1 and the end of his turn 2 is a wild difference right now. The fact that we're actually up on cards now is crazy.
Yep.
Like, really, really crazy. Obviously, great top deck for us there. We already ate Necro. Okay. So, what are you thinking here? Because obviously, we're just Secutoring, I'm pretty certain. Like, right?
I think we actually hold it here.
Okay.
Because I felt like there's a decent chance he has a JD there or something, and what does Secutor's payoff?
Yeah, without Chariot, that's a good point.
So.
Yeah.
And I have to assume with the ability to stack for play, like I only play one Rediari main, so I can't Rediari play Ganalite Sworn Name.
Yeah.
So they're wanting a real way to come off that. Plus, he could make Brio. So
I do think
doesn't feel great, but I like holding off on the Gazaris access.
Yeah. It's actually probably the best example of a matchup where holding it when there's not direct upside is really valuable because of the JDs. I think it's probably, to me, with the fact that we torrented and bottomless last turn, if we think he's good, he's probably dropping JD after that last turn. But I agree, once we're in this state, like, there is not upside to that Secutor. Okay.
So I think here I decided I can't wait anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just push through it. He prees that a little bit. Obviously, with Honest in play, we're doing it anyways. But
yeah,
if it wasn't a light, would have been an interesting call there. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, we don't really have another great way to handle that. Does this Raikou, I assume, outs us? Okay.
So here was an interesting scenario. I didn't think he played many Raikous, so I was more thinking it was probably any monster he was trying to potentially set up Celestia or just anything really. And maybe that was greedy, I'm not sure. But I guess the other way to look at it too, though, is like, am I really going to go Prisma, Gazaris pop the set and the gores and then shrink the token and play into
No, I think you're.
honest, even though he's probably honest. I mean, I guess I could hurt attack the gores and main phase 2 pop, but we're still losing to JD that way.
I think the move here is. It is. I do think it's Gazaris, in my opinion. I think it's Gazaris, the token, and the Raikou shrink the gores to evade the honest.
That's probably fair because we have to think he doesn't have JD now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just for some reason, maybe it was just hope I want him behind the Raikou story.
Yeah, that's fair. Because Arcus sets are fairly common in the deck too, so like that's fair. But I think that's what I would have done. It also just always feels terrible to take a Herc off the board, right? Like,
Yeah.
like it's just
yes.
we put 3 into this. Are we really gonna do it? I do just think like the guaranteed double tag with 2 monsters on board, with then probably Bestiary in hand to Gazaris again, is probably worth it. Yeah. It is what it is. JD shows up next, so we would have lost that way. That's interesting. So this came up. Okay, talk a little bit about this scenario.
So I'm still just hoping he doesn't have honest, which at this point I kind of think he probably doesn't. So we go to damage, and he says sure. And he says calc is good, but shrink is what I have, and it can only be activated in damage step, not calc for some reason.
Yep.
So we damage step the shrink, and an interesting rolling that I actually didn't know till I watched Murray play at one of the Arbits was if you shrink the Gores token, it goes to 0.
Mm-hmm.
And so he takes 500, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I think it goes to 0, so I think you should take 17. Yeah. So we
and it goes
have to call a judge.
It goes permanently to 0 too, which is really interesting.
Oh,
it
yes.
It doesn't regain it.
So he takes 17, which taking the extra 12 here puts him exactly under 2K, so he can't pay twice for JD, which is very important because he has to pay here, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And we also happen to be at 7,600 to give ourselves a shot.
Yeah.
Because usually when JD sticks around for a while, you don't win.
Correct. Yeah.
But I guess I'm foreshadowing a little bit.
Yeah. So he's obviously like not thinking. Do we smashing or cat off the top here? Okay. We pass. We pass. We do have 7,600 life points, and he's got a mill out scenario here.
So we obviously just keep the Samurai in hand just in case we tap a Tiger because we're at 76. And most likely any normal summon he makes has to stay on board for a turn and makes him closer to decking out.
Yep.
So we draw here.
We get
Bestie. And so we set Bestie because it's cool if it's in the graveyard.
Yep.
And we got kind of lucky. He drew charge, and then he mills 4.
Oh no.
And now he's at 3.
Oh no.
And I think you see where this one's going.
Yep.
Granted, I'm not sure it mattered since I topped a back row.
Yeah. I mean, specifically since you topped the ability to attack through this and then Gazaris.
Yeah.
So do you just Sam that into this? Oh,
yep,
no.
And since it's Raikou and he's got 3 cards in deck,
he
concedes.
He had charged for that Raikou, right?
No, he had never played the charge. It was still in hand.
Charge was still in hand. And you were just like, well, if I attack it and it's Raikou, he loses.
He did. Yeah. And if it's not Raikou, he also probably loses.
Yeah. Yep. Wow, that was wild.
It was an interesting game.
Alrighty. Okay. Not a bad game 2 here. I'm curious if we smash or not. We drew a second smash, so yeah, we're smashing that.
Yeah.
If you had drawn 1, you think you're smashing? Or you think you just summon Kaiku attack?
So I didn't summon Kaiku Attack just because I wanted to see what he had in hand first.
Sure.
I probably should have, but because Ben is good, so I think Gores is probably in the side deck now.
Yep.
Especially assuming he brought in Decree or Oppression or something. But so we opened Dust Shoot. That's great. See, he doesn't have much. And we're like, okay, if I ever draw a GB, the game's over, right? Because we popped the Decree, our Starlight Road, and our Chariot's online. We got a Smashing in hand, and we're getting crested. And then we never got the GB.
We just,
And so here we were trying to send Lucari to enable Chariot, and he, of course, realized that in Decrees.
Yep. I mean, we knew he had the Decree, but it doesn't change what we have to do there. Yep.
So we got pretty lucky that he did not open well.
Yeah. Wow.
And here we made a good play.
Did we?
I think anyway.
Yep. Did we know about the crow or just playing around Twilight with crows? I forget if that was in the
We knew about the crow.
Okay. Yeah.
And then here we sent Bestiari Gazaris and.
Yep. And we had Chariot.
And here before I say something about that might be Necro. But I forget if that was last turn, this turn. I think it was this turn. But yeah, so we just go hurt. That's on.
Yep.
Especially set Chariot. Have Mirror Force just in case of honest.
We know.
Just in case things go real weird.
Yep.
I think we know Wolf.
We definitely know Wolf. We don't know this. I don't think we know Dad. Yeah. Yep. Just discard negate that. Solemn or Chariot this probably. And then Solemn. Yeah. I mean, that one was. We like how those GB games go. The Dust Shoot was really big.
Yeah, because the Twilight GB games usually haven't been going well for us lately.
Yep. All right, that was a good one. Okay, so we got 3 more Swiss and then Top Cut. Let's go. All right, we got Fante. I feel like we're familiar with Fante. We've seen him in PBRs, right?
I'm not sure. I feel like I know his name, but I don't know from where. I did know that he beat Dan around before this.
Okay, yeah. He plays Frazier's locals. That's probably what it was. He plays Frazier's locals a lot. Okay, so he's on a Blackwing deck with upstarts. We open pretty good here. Obviously, we are not complaining about this open again here.
Yeah, and then it just so happens like his opening, not great.
Yep.
Then we send back the card that makes live. He upstarts, doesn't draw a monster. Which, to be fair, if he drew a Mosky Bear, that could have been pretty bad for him.
Yeah. Are any consideration to Bestiari there? Because we had attacked. I feel like forcing this would have been pretty good in my eyes. Because we knew it was in prison. We knew it was.
I was kind of confused.
I guess he did upstart, to be fair. So I
think it was just a little safer. I was a little worried about upstart, and I was kind of. I guess the torrential makes sense, but I figured that he would torrential no matter what I tagged into. But then the other part of my brain's like, okay, like it feels like the only way I'm losing this from here is if he top dust or MST and he's going to MST a back row and summon a shirt or something like that.
Okay.
And maybe that's just an overabundance of caution. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because if I'm him, I'm not torrentialing this myself, honestly. Even though he has seen roads, so maybe he's like worried about like torrentialing a double later on too. But then why set torrential the first time at all?
Right.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not torrentialing if I'm him. If I'm not forced to do it here, and I'm probably if I'm you here, I'm probably going Bestiari, and especially with the shrink for if it happened to randomly be bottomless that he got off upstart.
Yeah, but here, obviously, I'm like, okay, torrential's gone.
Yeah,
skies are clear.
This feels pretty. See, now I look stupid for putting Bestiari into the graveyard because we We got Prisma now. Yep. Oh man, this guy's just trying to draw cards. Is he trying to play the game or just draw cards? So this is extra great for us.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, he's just not winning this game at this point.
Yeah, I think. I think he brain controlled the Gazaris, and I even let it through because I don't know. I don't think I care.
Yeah. I think because if he kills, if he normals Blizzard or Gale, we're probably Soloming. Maybe not.
Yeah, if he normals a tuner, I think I'd Solemn.
Not Gale, actually. Yeah, literally just Blizzard.
Yeah.
Because he could make Road then, or Stardust then, but yeah.
Yeah, so I just...
Yeah, he was... Yeah, that's just...
Oh, yeah, and when he handed it back, I was like, and I think I checked the log real quick to make sure I shuffled.
Yep.
And I did, and...
Yep.
We're just going crazy over here.
Just going crazy. We probably... I'm assuming you Ready... Or he's skipping. Okay. Ready Ari, Laquari probably are tags there. Maybe, yeah.
Okay. So here, I forgot what happens this one.
Yep. I mean, I like that.
But like we said, yeah, it's
just put the body in the graveyard. I do think he's prisoning or bottomlessing in that process if they're there and not using Kalut. So I feel like that tells us this. Now probably he's about to use both of them. But yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Yep. Does he attack with a Stardust? Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm not sure there's a world I should have ever taken the 23 there since I have Compulse in hand. But do you know how sometimes the voice in your head tells you just take it, they're gonna attack?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean that
happened.
That's
and
fair.
Like I said, I know I was greedy and it was bad, but
yeah, you could afford to do it for a turn, especially with Compulse and smashing here. You definitely could afford to hope there was one turn that it was going to work out for us.
Yeah.
So I think I'm definitely waiting that first time myself. And then this is just this is a prime example of smash. Obviously, in all scenarios, big monster I smash and attack, but again with Blackwings, it's really common, and to be able to use that and save both of our reactive cards is just massive. This is a good call out because there's a world I'm thinking. What did we just tag out with? That was Murmillo. There's a world I'm thinking I want to try and keep getting bodies, or Ready Ari to get him off of Dad here. I'd probably Ready Ari Kalut if I do that. What's your thought process on this tag?
Figured decent chance he has Sirocco. I don't really want to go quest there. Well, yeah, because it's requiring Grave Ray. I don't really want to go quest there because it's a little vulnerable. I thought he had the Sirocco, and I don't. It's so hard to Ready Ari there if you only have one tag, just because literally every monster in his deck not named Vayu clears it.
Yeah.
So I felt confident that Lucari could walk and would be good. I think one of the things I might should have thought about a little better was, so if I make this play and he summons Sirocco, what am I doing? Am I trap holding there? Because Gale's gone, so I think I let it walk, but that gets a little awkward if he specials the Bora. Because then, I guess I compulse, but I'm not real happy about it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So maybe if we're thinking trap holding the Sirocco, it should have just been a quest, but I don't know.
Or because you also have to hard be thinking he doesn't have Dad, which I guess actually, if we look back on the last turn, he had 3 at one point. We didn't talk about that.
That and if I go Ready Ari, then I can't trap hole if I'm playing around Dad, right?
Correct.
Because trap hole is just going to put him back at 3 darks.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
think it's either a Quest or Lucari, and I chose the Lucari because I think part of it also went with I have the other Quest in hand, so I felt like I didn't exactly need the monster yet, and I wanted to see what was going down on the other end first.
Yep. And there's also the world that we like Laquari and Graveyard generically in case we get a chance to go to Herc.
Yep.
So there is that world too. Cool. So we get Brain. That's fine. Yep.
And then, so when he targets the Gale, I'm super excited because I'm like, okay, you got to do wild stuff to clear both of those, or I'm just murmuring here.
Mm-hmm.
And he does, in fact, do wild stuff.
Okay.
And it's a nice play by him. And then I guess I just top the cat and everything's bright in life.
Everything is great for us now. Now Dad's all the way out of the equation right now. We do the Darius Laquari get just because we know it's Gale. We know we can trap hole it. And any normal summon is going to get trap hold. So we basically are saying like we have hurt.
Yes.
At the beginning of next turn. Yep. And that's exactly how it plays out. It has to be specifically solemn, and this is game 2, so it could be oppression here. But even with oppression face up with this, we feel fine.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Yep. And there's
the dreaded depression.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's clean enough there for sure. We did draw the cat off the top, which was definitely nice, but it's good breakdown of I think that tag decision with Laquari on like, okay, we could have read a yard, but trap hole puts dark to 3 anyways, and then the quest like was an option, but yeah, okay.
And like you said, leaving the Darius lets us get the hurt down the line.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's especially with with his hand known. I think that's like the really key part there for sure.
So here's the one that you believe I played the most skeptically, and you're probably correct.
Oh, our Dragon Turbo matchup. It's really just one play, right? But I would have thought that.
No, you said something about a couple plays.
Okay, fair enough.
So here he obviously.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Okay, so here he
did.
This is interesting because I wonder how many matchups he does this against. Turn 1.
Oh, I think it's what it is. That's it. He's always playing, and again, perfectly fair because open deck list term and everything. I don't blame him at all. I assume this is the right play. We just happen to open basically our one perfect answer to this.
Yep. Yeah, I do think even if we don't have shrink here, like the books probably get us pretty dang close to it, but within a couple turns, not right away. But this makes it like insane.
It was.
Especially, I mean, not that you couldn't really afford to respect the back rows anyways, but I don't know about you. Game 1 versus Dragon Turbo, if they happen to play and draw the Torrential Mirror Force, then so be it. I'm not respecting that.
Oh yeah, got me.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, this shrink is just massively good here. It makes this the easiest game in the world. Yep. Yeah, I think one book is likely to carry us through a turn. I guess we should be sensitive to these. Do we trap stun the second one? We trap stun the first one.
Yeah, because we figured it wanted to get more value.
Yeah.
But drawing the future complicates things a wee bit.
It does. I do think we don't think he's going to double chain them. However, we can still then just trap stun the second one. And I'm fine giving him 2 cards officially and no draw. And then if it's randomly not reckless, then sure. Or I can then just trap stun that one. Same result, but gives us a little bit of upside if he messes up, I think.
Well, I think so. The other thing, though, is the way he played turn 1, I feel like he knows the matchup. So I'm thinking if he finds Trunade here, there's somehow a world I could get punished. And maybe that's pretty low chance, but...
I mean, it's possible, yeah. Well, I'm not... again, I'm saying I'm definitely trap setting this one. So like we know.
No, right.
Oh, you
And
mean
what I'm
in case
saying
this
is,
wasn't?
if he recklesses and then he draws like future true nade, then there's a world where maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
Doesn't use the next one. Okay, I see.
Yeah, and waits and does it on my turn. But also at the same time, I felt like in the matchup, I'm already happy enough if Trap Stun trades with his 1 of 3 traps, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. So, yeah, future is like the only thing that even remotely could complicate this.
Yeah, and
yep, we just booked that. So, yep, he basically knows he's under the gun here. Goes for upstart. Does he have super rejuve? That's an aggressive. I don't even. I don't know if I'm doing this with him actually. I guess under reckless, he knows he's not drawing for 2 turns, so that's actually fair then. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's saying he's got to top either exactly rejuve or debris dragon to have a shot.
Does draw rejuve, which is pretty funny. But then we're just Gazarting back rows here. Yep. Kind of got lucky he set that card subcontinence.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a need to do that. I guess he had to think he was going to like draw into double super rejuve and load his hand up enough to have to discard for that to be the right call. Okay, so we double tag in here. We know he's not drawing. We have book. Yep. We have prison. Okay. So he goes card destruction. Okay, so here's talk to us.
Yeah. So I don't play against Dragon Turbo enough. I was thinking that he would still be able to banish for red med if the dragon's face down, which is incorrect.
Yeah.
I will not forget that again. Yeah. Fortunately, it didn't matter. So I'm sorry.
I mean, there's a world where like, maybe. Yeah, I mean, like, in theory, holding the book is like if it's like debris dragon or something. But yeah, we're definitely always booking on this because red med's the real punish here that we have that shifts the game massively.
And I mean, at the same time, like you say, since I have exactly book and deep prison, it doesn't really matter because we're about to make Herc and he doesn't have any cards. But it probably did make him feel like he had a chance when he didn't. So sorry about that.
Right. Okay, so we got game 2 here versus our Dragon Turbo opponent. He's going first, doing Dragon Turbo things.
I think based on what you can see of his hand, you probably know about how this one goes.
Yes. It's like, if he went slow, we actually would have a chance, but he's just doing the full Dragon Turbo thing. Brio.
Yeah, our hand's not bad at all, but we're just kind of
we're down. I don't know how many cards we're down right now. We're down a bunch.
And I think that's the scary part because obviously, like, this should be a good matchup for us, and if they draw well,
it just doesn't
on
matter.
The play, you're like,
Yep. So it's interesting. I mean, probably the way is to attack Darius into red med here. We'll see how you do it. Yep.
And to be fair, I think that was probably incorrect. It should have been Darius into Brio. Because of what happens in a second. Or I guess
I think with Compulse being able to cleanly out Brio, that I would vote against that, honestly.
Well, I think that's fair too. I'm not sure. Obviously we think this is oppression, and it is.
Yep.
But the other part where I mess up here is I don't just stand by phase the Compulse.
Yep.
Which was incorrect. I definitely could have played this one better. But I think no matter what, we were kind of done here.
Yeah, because he just have we were toast. We're not winning that. I do think stand by phase hit the Brio because we know it's oppression specifically, and he has a bunch of cards. But again, we're losing that game. There's just no way we're winning that game there. It would have taken like heavy Tiger Axis and book for us to flip that board state there.
Yeah. And then him not to have much.
Yes. So going first here, game 3.
This is the one you wanted to talk about.
This is definitely the one I wanted to talk about because it's not what I'm doing. I get it though. That to your point. So we don't have Stratos in the deck right now.
No.
So Rhoda
Stratos
does not
comes out against combo.
Yeah. So Rhoda doesn't represent a +1 for us. And so talk us through like your logic right now.
So here, feel like with this opening hand, if I have a GB, I probably can't lose, right?
Yeah.
The real question is, am I Rhoda for Prisma first and give up War Chariot access and potentially not? I guess I can book or shrink a Drago if it tries to attack over Prisma, but that doesn't feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can make the very unconventional play of Rescue Cat into Lakari to have Chariot access. Again, I'm in no way saying this play is correct.
Yeah.
But I also felt like if I made this play, the only way I could really lose involved heavy plus Trunade plus big monster.
Mm-hmm. Which
yeah.
I understand all of that, and I think the real reason that I'm not a huge fan of the this one, because we do have Prisma Dump Bestie or the Laquari here off the gates, so we have a +1 available for us next turn, and then I think the other side of the coin that I think through is I don't expect, unless they full combo, which to be fair they could, like we don't know what he has, the Chariot is usually not like the key part of disrupting their turn 1. It's not impossible, but like, I feel like the Chariot is not the thing that matters early on. It's usually like the Solemn on like their draw trap or not
right.
trap, their draw card. So I just felt good about either way, but you go ahead, sorry.
I think I was also contemplating if he played a draw trap or a draw like discard spell, is there a world I'm solemning there if he doesn't leave heavy Trunade? And if he opens, he's probably cut the Vortex Trooper, so I guess
yep.
You have to be right. The only way, I don't know, I was also worried about a dragon banished for red mad special summon, and I felt like Chariot cut that off effectively.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like you said, if I have book and just book immediately and with shrink, that probably shouldn't be as big of a concern.
Yeah. That's really why. Yeah, because like if we fill in the blanks here and it's not like shrink and book as well as for versatile like ways to stop stuff, I understand it even more then.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But fortunately,
whether
we played well or not, the way we opened felt like either way was probably winning.
Yeah. Because he's just full board commit here.
Also, fortunately, he opened Trunade not heavy, because then things would have got real crazy.
Yeah, the fact he had to... It was really nice that we got these cards back. And now, so even if we don't draw anything...
Sorry.
Even if we don't...
Solemn to draw trap?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Or a draw spell, I'm not sure. I would have definitely considered it, but I don't know. That's a tough call.
Yeah, tough call there. I agree. I probably would have personally just to put him down to guaranteed 4, but I don't know.
I think so, but then I think the real question is if it's cards of consonants, am I just priced into charity again? Probably also.
Well, if you have, you can Solemn and Chariot there though.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, am I doing both there?
Oh,
and I feel like that's probably.
Probably, so, yeah. Because if he's leading cards and he hits the stone, I think probably.
Yeah, and then here's another case of drink looking like the MVP.
Yeah, I like too, like
Also-
even with the Rhoda, we had this out no matter what, but drawing a GB this turn also made it even that much better.
Oh yeah, even easier. And I mean, it is kind of crazy too because watching these games, you'd swear I played more than one shrink, and I don't.
Yeah, especially because we opened all three in this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and now it's just everything we need. I mean, the game's over. He's just playing it out to do it, and we chariot this, right? Yep.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to, and we're ending her chariot here. Yep.
And I think it just took me a second because I was double checking if I chariot, I end in her chariot, and I do. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think this round, two different Dragon Turbo players played against GB, so I kind of felt bad for them.
Oh yeah,
there.
because Cats played somebody, right?
Kira, yeah.
That is brutal. You know, I had a good matchup myself this round, and I did not take it down. I don't know if I would have preferred the Turbo guy or not, but okay. So down to our last Swiss round here against Perfect Pair, who we played twice, right? Because he ends up topping even with his loss. Because you guys were 2 X1s here.
Yep. So this was a winning in for me and winning in for him, but also lose and cross your fingers.
Yep.
Because he was 5-0 and lost the last 2, which is really good for breakers. Whereas I lost round 2, so basically the whole tournament I was, well, if I lose, I'm done.
Right.
Which, I mean, I guess is kind of nice too, because you're like, well, can't lose again no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, so basically for me, the finals have been the last like 8 rounds.
Yes. And we won them all.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so another fairly obvious open hand here. I guess because, this is a good call out actually, because we have Laquari and Bestie, we can't normal Prisma dump Laquari or we can't Gazaris next turn.
Yep, that's why I didn't.
Yep.
Otherwise, I would have.
Yes, that 100% makes
So
sense.
this is one of those games that kind of decided when I opened won the paper rock scissors.
Yep.
Most likely.
Oh yeah, this is a brutal. If he's dust shooting us to open here, and knows how to play not heavy into road, it's going to be really tough for us to win.
Yep. And of course, I don't blame him for having here. I probably would have too, even seeing road on my replays.
Yeah, I agree.
Just
because you also double set a bunch of times without road. It's not like that's an uncommon thing either. So,
that and you have Mare Force, and I'm probably doing something to attack into it next turn too. So
yeah.
There's also the chance it's just trap stun too, and if you get your dust shoot trap stun, the game also just ends.
Yes. On the spot. Especially if I think you said that to Frazier in your interview where it's like, if you dust shoot and I trap stun that, and the trap stun's already getting value against your other traps that I'm about to destroy, it doesn't feel like we can lose those games.
Yeah, it's curtains.
Yep. So he does get this.
Yeah, I mean,
fairly insulated.
He gets the cat, but yeah, I mean, with Lucari and Stardust already on the field, like, it is what it is at this point almost already.
Yeah. Do we? Yeah, we Gazar. I was going to ask. There's like small consideration for attack, but I just think either way, like we're risking losing Stardust to a summon or a battle trap. So just removing that from the equation. Yep.
Yeah, and I guess it's equally likely for battle trap as summon stop, but
So that's interesting. Does he clear?
I mean, his turn is probably as good as it could possibly be from here, right?
Yep.
It's just still.
Yeah.
And then
we redraw the cat. Okay. So this cat just. I'm assuming you checked that. There, but we tagged there anyways because we tagged into the Laquires.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, we checked for sure. And here, I think he scooped first, but I was gonna go Darius, get back Lucari attack for game just to still try to conceal that I was playing 2 Sam Knights.
Right, because you hadn't yet summoned the double Sam Knight in the whole event. Yeah. So, or I think double Druid. So that is notable. which is interesting, despite the game earlier where it probably would have been the correct move.
Yep.
Another really, really strong open here for us. Cannot complain.
Yeah, and his opening was not great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're just, any consideration not to attack you, I don't know why we wouldn't, yeah.
Nah, I
Sorry,
don't
what's
care.
his stat? I wasn't looking at the replay. What he said?
He is Dust Tornado set right
Oh.
now.
Okay.
So I think this is an interesting spot too. So Chase, with your logic, you're like, I'm really not going to heavy until I'm going to Prisma Tiger or do something with my Tiger ultimately here, whatever that ends up being. So even though he's got this back row, like, we obviously don't care about Bottomless or Prison. Dust is a little bit annoying of the cards given what it is right now, but yeah.
Yeah, Dust is probably the worst case scenario for us. I'm assuming he takes his draw traps out when he sides. I'm not positive, but if it's Icarus, cool. If it's anything else, cool. And like you said, I'm probably holding heavy for the Prisma Tiger play.
Yeah, I think that's just the right
because
way.
yeah, and I mean, it feels like he definitely doesn't have Bora or Shura, so yeah.
Yep.
And we did think there was a decent chance he had Clute and just didn't really want to use it there. Of course, we got kind of lucky that he hit the road instead of the Bottomless with the Dust.
Yep. Yeah, because it still is probably not going to matter for us. But
it would complicate things a little bit if the Circle was on board.
His Blizzard summon really, I guess if it's a GB attacking, he obviously is going to Kalute there. And since he didn't have Prison or Bottomless, that was the hope. And I mean, another just example of Stratos getting a lot of value there. Because he's just like, damn, I don't want to do this, but I honestly, he should have.
Right.
I'm assuming we don't have
I'm not sure
here.
I like the Blizzard summon, but I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. I don't know either. So we talk to me about this turn a little bit.
So I still didn't think he had Bora or Shura. I didn't want to Prisma Tiger Secutor without any back rows. I didn't want to risk Vesty in the Bottomless or D-Prison.
Yep.
So this felt like I guess you would say, quote unquote, happy medium.
Yeah.
I have way too many monsters. I felt like I kind of need to use my summon, which happens sometimes. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, not my favorite play in the world, but it felt like what was best at the time.
Yeah, and we just drew this Vesty, right?
Yep, because we would feel a lot better if old Vesty was back in deck and basically anything else was here.
Because let's say we drew a Questy, you're probably normaling Laquari or a Quest, I'm assuming, right? And into the attack?
Yeah, probably a Quest. Yeah. Just the potential upside of tagging into Laquari. But yeah.
Because right now our Prisma Tiger is offline if we don't put this in play too, which I think is the really notable part about how to do this.
And because if he makes a real board, I need the Prisma Tiger access.
Yep.
For Gazars.
Yep, I agree with all that. So he continues to draw kind of not great.
Not great.
Yeah. I bet that's good for us. And now we just drew Solemn, So it's just very simple game plan for us. If he doesn't have exactly Crow, we're going to win.
And I, at least for like half a second, I considered playing around it, and then I didn't.
I think... and I think especially because we still probably should have been reading Kalute there, given his open Blizzard normal. Or Dad is the only other reasonable read because he's forcing Darks into the graveyard then. So either way, I think reading Crow would have been a pretty wild read.
Yeah, I don't even think it's really reading Crow. It's just putting it in, like, you're being so far ahead that you consider every option that's moderately realistic.
Yep. Yeah.
So here we made a tiny mistake. Herc should have been in defense. Well, I guess it didn't really matter, but we should have considered it more.
Yeah. If he had
I did not consider it.
Yeah, if he had more life points, that would have maybe mattered a little bit more. because then we don't kill him next turn no matter what. But yeah.
Well, I guess what I'm mostly saying is I didn't consider it before. I had Solemn, so it's obviously fine, but I didn't consider it more before putting it. And then he's like, summon Clute, attack the Herc. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Right. Which, yeah, like if he has like 7,000 life points, then we maybe aren't killing him fast enough for Solomon to matter as much. But yeah, it's with Solomon it didn't matter like anything in particular. But
and like I said, I guess I was just I should have considered it. But yeah. Solomon was the perfect draw there because they're like, oh, well. And I think Solomon was the real consideration for like even considering playing around Crow. Just because it confirms us so far ahead that we're good.
Right. Yep. Well, so that was the end of Swiss.
Yep. And if you notice, ironically enough, other than that one game, I hadn't really seen Consecrated Light much.
Yeah, that is true. We did very good against the Blackwings without seeing the Consecrated Light, but they show up in Top Cut.
Yes.
And you put both Consecrateds in both ways versus Blackwings, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Which 100% makes sense. So that's the end of Swiss. We finished at 6-1. Obviously, had to basically because of the early loss. And then we got our Top Cut. I know we were watching like the last couple matches, like ending, like seeing like the rankings jump around with tiebreakers to see who we're gonna get. Initially, we thought we were gonna get like the Nitro Turbo Vayu thing with Reckless, isn't it even? Which we probably would have felt better about than Yondaime.
Yes. All respect in the world to the other guy, but Yondaime is who he is.
Pretty damn good.
And he also happens to, my understanding, or at least last with us, we saw be maining Book of Moon and Blackwings. And I think an Impression, which both things are pretty annoying for us.
Yeah, both in the main deck. I'll also just, before we start with Yondaime here, like I think it was kind of cool, I feel like, for you to get this pairing for a couple of reasons. One, Yondaime just got MVP in War League. You got second in that, so it was like a fun like War League battle for us to watch down the stretch of that. And you guys hadn't played, to my knowledge, ever? Had you played him before?
Not that I'm aware of, so I don't think so.
And then also in the world that we care a lot about, the format library, Edison ladder, Yondaime is like clear cut, like number one by a lot. He's like, obviously, like you said, he is who he is for a reason. But you like were already into second on that list, so it was like a fun. I feel like a fun time to meet him in the top of Worlds for the first time with those two things happening kind of fairly recently.
Yep. So here.
Yes.
We opened our shoot. Yeah, that's right. We lost the dice roll. How terrible.
We don't open terrible. Our game one or our main deck smashing coming up really big here. Yeah. So pretty obvious. Like I think just correct open for him here. So you're thinking. I mean, I might slow down too and have us like analyze a little more just because these are the top cut games. But like really, like what's going through your brain at this point?
I don't know his exact list, so I'm wondering if it's draw trap or just road. Obviously, we're never doing anything without smashing first here.
Yep.
And we're very thankful that we opened us shoot because
Yeah.
it's good.
It just exposes.
So he bottomlesses. That's absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm. We obviously did a quest because we only have the one Darius in the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Little things like this, Matt. You'd be surprised. Like Chase and I both went from 2 to 1 Darius, like basically early this year. I think Chase a little bit before I tried it out, and we lost games. At least I'll say I lost games just not remembering that I had one Darius and doing stuff like this where I was just like YOLOing it and then losing it unnecessarily. So just like little stuff like this matters a lot into not randomly losing extra games. Yeah, so probably no real read on this back row. I feel like at this point, right?
Right.
Um,
We set the chariot just to kind of try to have the dust shoot in, because I'm just really happy if it gets MST, since
Yep.
it's not the most important card in this matchup and it's recurable.
Yep. 100%.
So we dust shoot, see that he has no monsters, so
You
things are looking a lot better than they were a minute ago.
He could have sharked you on this. Just saying.
I mean, he could have.
I'm not saying he would have, but he could have sharked you on that because you ripped it in draw phase still. But honestly, for him, he probably was like, "I'm not doing anything anyways, so might as well just take it."
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just awesome for us to basically expose a hand that we probably can't lose through. Given our
I mean, it's definitely scary given our hand isn't like great either, but
yeah, like we don't have summon disruption yet or anything like that. So we feel good if we draw okay for a couple turns.
yeah, but he's probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that is true.
So that was probably possibly the worst draw on the deck.
Yep.
You know, it is what it is.
Wasn't good. I'm assuming we just end up setting and passing here.
You assume that? You're the aggressive one of the two of those things.
I am. I mean, to be fair, he didn't reset. Like, this is actually probably a Chris. Is probably an okay read at that point. It's because he's probably not setting bottomless in prison. So that's fair.
Yeah, I think my logic was I just didn't think he was setting 2 battle stoppers here. So
Yeah.
And like we said, definitely didn't think it was a second bottomless. If he set 2 bottomless turn 1, he got me.
There's no way he was doing. Yeah. No, I think. Yeah. Okay. So now.
So brain controls this. That's a little scary.
Yep.
And then he's summons the Gale, and we obviously saw him.
Yep. It gets not scary real quick because we still have full knowledge of his hand now.
Yeah.
And these random chariots now like feel way better because we're like, okay, so because obviously now the tag is just, it's interesting. It's Laquari, yeah.
Yep.
But there is a world he can chain block the chariot on a blizzard top deck. But there's just
but that still doesn't really do anything, right?
I mean, he can just go into an 8-star and attack.
How's he going into 8?
6-star. Sorry, into go-yo attack.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
I didn't think about attacking. I was just like, he could Gale, but you're right. Yeah, it's a little scary, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that Laquari is just correct here for sure.
Yes.
Oh, look at Cat off the top.
So, and this is where we reveal the second Sam Knight.
Yep. So
we notably called no prio here.
Yeah. Because.
Which he probably meant sealed his fate, but.
Yeah. Because we probably knew what we had here. Like the likelihood of MST was pretty good. We were like, okay, if you're going to torrential, go ahead. Prio's good. And then we reveal second Sam Knight. So bottomless triggers Road if he drew the second bottomless. And he just takes them all.
And then he, like he should, MSTs for information.
Yeah. There was when I was watching this, I remember I was like, well, if he has Gores randomly now, we still have the second chariot. So yeah, him, like you said, MSTs for information, clean play by him. Nothing much I think he could have done honestly there.
So we can probably go through this game pretty quickly
because we drew all brown cards, tan cards, monsters.
Yeah, I think this game I never drew a non-spoiler trap.
Yeah, that's brutal. It's interesting too here because, I mean, explain your logic because there's only 2 considerations and I think one's quite a bit more obviously better.
So I figured that any way me ever actually winning involved needing Test Tiger to not be used turn 1.
Yep.
That could be incorrect. But yeah. But then the downside to that is like, am I just summoning Consecrated Light and walking into Icarus? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my main hope, or the main thing I thought about, is there a world where he has to set another monster and then we can actually top heavy and have a shot?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it feels bad turn one, that kind of being your game plan, but I just didn't think there was a reasonable world where Tiger gets to walk, pop the Gale, and then attack directly, and then he can't clear the Lakari we follow up with.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's,
Like I said, nothing feels great here. I guess I could have summoned a quest and attacked, but
it doesn't feel great. I mean, we know he has Kalute, so like a quest attack at worst is going to get clued, if not prisoned or bottomless.
I think I was also slightly worried if a quest attacks, maybe there's some world he goes ahead and makes something that's not dark. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
So,
especially like he's doesn't have like an easy path by any means to Stardust at this point because his Gale's already on board. But yeah, I think
I guess that's another thing too. Summon a quest attack, he ends on Stardust next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, because he just drops the Kalute and then he blizzards it back and then climbs the ladder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think it is tough. I think what we kind of view, so ultimately it's Consecrated Light right here, right? And it's just like maybe this buys me time, essentially.
Yeah.
Because it does almost guarantee 2 turns, which is notable.
And because Yondaime always makes the perfect play, he halves with Gale here.
I mean, half a 0 is a slightly smaller 0, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Let me just point out of the 3 times you drew a Consecrated Light in Top Cut, it was only good once.
Fair, but it was pretty good
Think
that
about
time. Oh, look, another monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
So,
I mean, we know he's going to flip. Yeah, go ahead, Chase.
yeah, we have to summon an attack and have no expectations of anything good happening.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's basically what happens.
Yeah.
It also does make me feel slightly better, I guess, to see he had the road set. So, like, I had no
heavy.
shot this game.
Yeah, even heavy off the top wouldn't have mattered. Cold Wave.
Yeah.
Cold Wave, man.
Cold Wave is the one sole possibility.
Yeah. But, like we said, this is just not great.
And then the dad was just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he made Brio and was activating effect, I was like, oh, stop the match, I'm dead.
It's like, let it happen, man. Don't beat me up. Yeah. That's
and then there was the other one.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, we'll take every once in a while. I feel like you need to. This isn't logical in any way, shape, or form, but sometimes when I get like burnt like really bad, like I drew really bad and they drew well, I'm like, if we draw like normally, like through many games, I will prefer my absolute brickfest to go against their like really great hand, and hope that I recover in the other games.
Oh man, speaking of really good hands.
Yes. Did you feel like you were going to lose this game when you drew?
No. It is kind of. It would have been real nice if that Murmelo was any form of defense.
Yep.
But I guess you can't have everything in life.
Not everything.
I think if that Murmelo's defense, though, I'm probably going straight for Prisma instead of Stratus, though. And I did think about it a little bit, but
yeah, just to guarantee Bestie Gazaris set up immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that also is like a little bit more annoyingly vulnerable into Shura, given that we don't have defense. Yeah. Obviously, Dust Shoot is probably going to take care of that if that's an issue, but
because I felt like if he had, like, if there's any hand that includes double Shura, all of a sudden maybe I'm in trouble.
Yeah. But even then,
But I don't know. It's still got to be exactly perfect.
And honestly, it's still got to be that climbing the ladder to start us with Gale too, because if it's not that, we still have essentially the board break for it as well. I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. This is just plus value set stun dash shoot. Yep.
No.
It is this black roll off the top to end it was.
Yeah, that was his hand went from like not great at all to okay, we're dealing here.
Yep. So this
and
is
so
definitely
now I was getting
game.
now I was getting significantly more concerned.
Yeah. The boar is essentially irrelevant, and so you just
basically
have to go for a Sirocco play here. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, right now we're just viewing the turn as like whatever happens, happens, because obviously we're not going to do anything about it.
Yep, and our crackback's probably pretty good, so, yeah.
Yep. I think he did exactly what I would have expected of him here. I think I would have probably played the exact same way.
Shocker, he made the right play.
Yeah, what a surprise. Probably a bigger shocker that I might have considered the right play, more than anything. But yeah, like there's no need for him to attack, because if he attacks with either of them, I don't care if it's Gale or Sirocco, it's just everything he does is way worse out the gates. He doesn't care about Stratos now that's on board at all, so this protection I just think is going to take care of 70% of hands, 75 easily, with no other draws. So talk to us here.
We were one kind of holding our breath not to draw Secutor.
Yep.
But I guess that's also basically every draw step. So basically, we're just kind of oddly happy his back rows are good, because
he has to protect them.
If they were a little worse, I think there's definitely a world where he considers not negating, but with exactly Deep Prison and Oppression set, I kind of think as soon as you set him, you were committing to negating the heavy.
Yes, I agree. Like, what are you doing if you're voluntarily going negative this bad in that scenario?
So
especially when we dash shoot it. Yep.
Yeah. So we heavy, he instantly negates, and then we have the cat, and he pays 8, and I trap stun.
Yep.
And at least for like half a second, I considered like, do I want to let Oppression live? But I decided not to. More can go wrong if I do that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know exactly what we were probably winning either way, right? But like it was definitely felt like more could go wrong.
It made me feel better about potential Ashura just solely because Gale was in grave.
Yep.
I guess Blizzard could have caused issues if he had Blizzard plus Bora, but since we drew Torrential, it's okay.
Yeah, it's like if he draws something perfect, we get to reset the game state up 3 cards to none. It's basically the Torrential top deck for us.
Yeah, so here we're obviously kind of thinking that we probably earn top 4 now.
Yep.
Just don't accidentally lose.
You make a really good play here that most people don't make. That maybe doesn't matter as much with, again...
Oh, the Stratos pop.
With Gale being out, it actually doesn't matter quite as much. But really, like, talk through this, because this is a really good play, Chase.
I mean, we're making hurt, and we don't want anything else to be on board, because while not then we would probably be fine if he topped Shura and made Catastor, but it's a complication we don't even want to worry about.
He can't make Catastor. If he tops Shura, the best he can do is get Kalut, unless he runs...
Right.
Or no, sorry,
well,
Vayu.
If Shura clears the Stratus, he can get Vayu and make Catastor,
Correct.
and the game's, instead of locked up, kind of difficult.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Prisma. Did we have a Sidra in here? So we had an out.
I don't think so, because I don't think we'd seen one.
Yeah, so I just kind of hard with the consecrated lights to figure out how to fit in.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger complications. It's really difficult to fit all those.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like just the Mermillowing of the Stratos. I think is something that a lot of people miss, and certainly,
Well,
again, we were gonna win anyways, but people miss it. And then we just.
And then as soon as he set, I was like, okay, for sure, top 4.
Yep. So, really good game there. Great game against a good player. I think everyone was watching that game more than the other ones. It definitely the most. I feel like all of your games from the top cut on ended up feeling like the most high profile games to watch. And I think you said this to me is like I think a lot of people were watching like seeing GBs make the run. I feel like feels really notable just given it's just not another bird deck.
Yeah, not birds or frogs. They're like, yeah, let's go look, see what happens.
Yeah, I mean 600 plus.
Probably.
People.
Yeah, probably assuming we lose at some point.
Yeah, so, I mean, hey, maybe most of them might have been written against it, to be honest, but certainly it was fun to change it up. So we have Panos Perfect Pair again here. He draws. It's a little bit better of a match this time around, right?
Yeah. So he summoned Shura, and I don't want to set either monster into it.
Yep.
And I also didn't really want to set Torrential just because he just attacks. That's not great either. Because I also kind of felt like if it's just summon pass, there's a decent chance he has heavy too.
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
It's either heavy or like probably not a great hand. So I just set Deep Prison here.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what I would have done.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel great how it goes, I guess. So
yeah,
his turn. My man says no fear never, but also again he does have 5 monsters in hand.
Yeah.
So he summons Bora, and we obviously deprison the Shura.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean this is all fairly straightforward. I think I agree with him. Not risking his normal. If it's torrential, he has Blizzard immediately. Like, there's no reason for him not to do that. Okay.
So here's the part where things go right a little bit.
Surprise, surprise. We get Cat off the top, and things start to go right.
Well,
sorry.
So here I decided to just set 2. I probably should have set the best D2. Probably. Yeah. But my whole goal here was to go. I hope he wouldn't Icarus or that it wasn't Icarus and be able to Cat plus Torrential.
Yep.
And instead he just kills me.
Yeah.
So I think in retrospect, especially with one Shura gone and Torrential set, I probably should have set Bestie there.
I think also, like you said earlier,
and it might be
I think I set Chariot too.
Yeah, I thought about that too, and I don't know. Yeah.
I'm with the Icarus. More than likely wasn't going to matter.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it should have been set Bestie, set Chariot, or set all 3 and see what happens. It's either that or exactly set Torrential, say go, but that still doesn't. I don't know. Then the Cat play loses basically any back row, but we probably feel like he doesn't play any back row. So, ironically, I think everything but what I did feels pretty defensible.
I had a couple replays like that where I was like, damn it, I feel like I just did the worst thing I could have done here.
Yeah, I was like, of all the lines, I took the worst one. Was the one.
And it got punished. It was the worst and destroyed. So he just goes, with a double collude, because this is actual, mathematically, this is game.
Yep. Oh yeah, this game.
Boom, boom, yeah. So.
I didn't really expect to be dead there, but.
I did not either. I honestly forgot that you died there. So, I mean, it's a tough one. I guess we kind of sacked him real quick in the first time we played, so he was due for something. Hey, we opened pretty well again here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It opens even better.
Yeah, no, this one was actually, in retrospect, probably closer than it should have been.
Yeah, I mean it's a little not
'cause-
quite. The drawing the Darius is a little bit of a must manage this thing.
No, if Darius was back in deck in the Cine defense, it's probably a perfect hand. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. So since I have Darius here, I feel like I'm already kind of, if he doesn't have a ton of back rows, committing to the Hurt play next turn. So when he summons the Sirocco, I'm just like, okay, cool, let's trap hole it and go. Because again, one of the ways that you taught me we played a Blackwing matchup that I hadn't thought about as much before is we just go Hurt and try to tempo him out. Because if you have summon stops, Hurt plus anything else is basically a 2-turn clock.
Yep.
So and we have a lot of summon stops first board, so that was the game plan
and worked out.
So Deep Prison was, while not terrible, probably like the absolute worst defense we could have got, but
Yeah.
you know, better than a monster.
Definitely better than Monster. We also got kind of fortunate he didn't give us more to think about in the back row.
Yeah, and so that's one of the reasons Trap Sun's so good, because if he sets multiple, he doesn't set multiple back rows because he's afraid of Trap Sun, right?
Yep.
Because if we just go Prisma, Tiger, Secutor, and he's got 2 back rows and we preemptively stun, also the game ends. Or like, God forbid for him, if he sets 3 back rows and we have Trap Stun, GB plus Tiger, Prisma plus Tiger, the game's over then too. So
Right.
yeah.
It is, and it's exactly. I mean, this is, to your point. This is him playing around trap stun, because I think in a lot of scenarios, like, you're not doing this, but he's seen you trap stun people all day long. Like, he's like, I can't lose everything I have.
Right.
Yeah, which is especially notable too, where he can't even like get like the real Icarus value next turn either, because he's like, I can't get like normal Bora into bottomless and then Icarus for a +1. So it's really, really good for us. You thought there for a minute, right?
Yeah. So here we kind of figured we were already committed to the play.
Sure.
So we decided Sinlakari, Tiger, Secutor, Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. Yep. Yeah.
And then here it was, well, if he's got the normal plus the special plus the tuner, or normal plus Gale, better have it.
Yeah, and he top decked the tuner. So.
And even like worst case scenario, I guess, if he has 3 cards in hand, our 3 cards in hand, it's not
right
in the world.
Like, we're expecting to draw into something that would handle this fairly quickly.
Yeah.
This is like a really important how to play this also is important to read what his card is as well. And I feel like seeing him pitch Bora and Icarus.
Yeah, it's like 100% got to be oppression there.
Yeah. Oppression,
especially
like
once a summon resolved, it's like, okay, oppression.
Yep.
Now here's the part I thought was kind of crazy. Like, discard to target a random back row is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think. I don't know.
Like, I almost think I would prefer bounce the monster attack.
Yep. Like, you're either like saying, like, you know what, I'm putting you on a clock, I'm going to do it. Or it's just pass.
Yeah, either one of those things. Well, he knows I have Bestie, so he has to contest the monster, right? Well, I guess
he has oppression.
If he really thinks the oppression's going to go through, but that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then they're saying all I have is defense and nothing else. So, I guess it's basically, are you putting me on all defense, or are you putting me on
Trapstone or MST or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's like, kind of like everyone's in these situations sometimes where it's just like, well, it depends on what he has for me to do the right thing here, and I don't know 100%. I think I'm probably passing myself, especially like maybe this Bora with something else as a follow up is nice, and I still think.
Well,
I have a prayer of this oppression stopping stuff.
I think the hard part there, though, is I'm not under pressure, right? Like, he needs to be killing me.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if you're just like bouncing a back row and trying to trade with a monster every turn, that's not great. If you're giving me time to draw towards Trapstone, that's not great either. So,
yeah. But
it also kind of sucks for him. He hit literally the worst possible card he could have hit.
Yeah, that was actually insane.
Yeah.
So
like I felt pretty good about this game, and then all of a sudden he did that, and I was like, "Oh, that's it."
And
so the summon went through, the attack went through, and I'm like, okay, 100% impression.
Yep, 100% impression confirmed. I think this is also again like average players might just Gazaris this and lose some of the pace of pressure that we have here. So that was really good, and it keeps Gazaris in play as well for follow-up. So
and here we want the oppression face up.
Yeah, we want it up so bad. Like, this has to feel horrible for him to do. Honestly, there's a world, if I'm him, I'm not flipping this. I'm hoping you decide to like main phase 2 Gazaris it somehow. Because you said he knew we had the bestiari. So like I think you don't do this in hopes that you main phase 2. Like you go ready Ari, which gets him closer to like some weird, like I don't know, weird dad play. I don't know. But either way, he's in a rough spot either way. It's like we're not trying to say anything too bad here. Yeah. So just testing stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. And then this is awful for him too, because if he can't stop either attack, now I can tag and he's under oppression. And
and he saw him uniquely terrible here as a draw too, because he's like, I can't give up 1,700 life points.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. This big, hit that one. Yeah, draws another oppression. So, I mean, some fortune by us there, but it's funny, like, even that massive play that outs the Herc, we look at it as positive because it still took, like, 4 or 5 of this card. It just took so many resources from him that we were going to win through it in a lot of scenarios anyways. Okay, so this is...
so this was interesting, too. I hadn't seen the Raiko yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I watched all his replays before we played in top 4, but I hadn't seen the Raiko yet in any of the 4 games we played so far.
Yeah, I think I had watched him I think before, because I remember watching all the replays because my round 7 opponent dropped before we would even play. So I remember like mentally just watching for your match, and I don't think we saw a Raiko from him at all.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. He was my round 7, so I did watch all his replays, and I didn't see one at all.
Yeah, so this was definitely a surprise, because obviously he's here, so we don't think that this is Icarus Vayu T-set.
Yeah.
But it was also just kind of weird to figure out, right?
Yeah.
And then we see the Raiko, which I like Raiko, and I like a lone Raiko in Blackwing. I think it fills a nice little role.
Niche spot.
Yeah. Like loads up a blizzard target. I don't know.
So here, I think I thought it wasn't Icarus because he said the Raiko, and when he didn't end phase Duster MST, I kind of felt like it wasn't that. So we were getting on to the oppression read now.
Yep. Which I think is just right, because the Raiko also communicates like don't Gazaris me, and so it was like it's the right defense for getting Gazaris into what you just played.
Yep. And to be fair, after game 1, all of us GB players have a healthy fear of oppression.
Yes, this is very top of mind. It is not a surprise. The Fossil Dino now. That Fossil Dino was a surprise earlier.
The Fossil Dino was a surprise.
Gosh, that play was wild. I really think I attack with Ready Ari first, too, if it's me.
Yeah, it was...
Yeah. This is... talk through, like, what you're thinking now, because it's...
Here, it still kind of feels like oppression, and I'm like, okay, do you have multiple Sirokkos in hand? Like, let's...
Yep.
Because you obviously don't have pressure over there, so... Yeah. So I think, did I just summon Consecrated here?
Yeah, you summon Consecrated here. But it is like, I get like, this is actually the most awkward hand for us playing Consecrated, right? It's like,
Right.
I don't mind trying to eat through a bottomless or a prison at the moment, but also I don't have defense. Like it's kind of feels this like awkward spot in the deck where learning how to play these turns is something I don't really I feel like I have like a strong like foundation on yet.
Yeah, I think I wanted to do this to prevent Sirocco, maybe. I think it feels right in the beginning, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it just he has to Solemn or Torrential this most likely if he has them. So there's like that, and I also like the fact that it's just like, again, I always view consecrated so far as like buy 2 or 3 turns, maybe get a ton of extra value, but buy and solve some turns, which certainly we want a little bit more defense before we push aggressively here.
Right. And we also don't have defense, so any attack that's made kind of has to end on Lakari and sort of hope. I don't know, it's an awkward game state. I think at this point I didn't really like where we were at.
Yeah.
It didn't feel great, especially since he top touched. But also he's not pressuring, so that's a little better for us.
Yeah. And he's guaranteed not to be able to pressure. Obviously looking at his hand now, everything feels a little bit better because we're like, okay, he doesn't have much to do, but
yeah. And any trap stun at any time just breaks the game wide open.
Yep, fully. This is, I think, the most important turn of the game.
Yes.
Why we win is this turn right here.
Yeah.
Obviously, we get Dashu to open. And he says Laquari, which maybe doesn't feel right.
Yeah, so sending Lakari back also, like, I know that we already thought the middle spell was oppression, but this is 100% like, there's no world in existence this isn't oppression.
Yeah, because there's no reason to not take Tiger here in my eyes.
Yeah.
Other than that, and again, honestly, even if I have oppression, I'm still probably taking the Tiger here. I don't care personally. I don't think. But I get the line of logic. So we send Laquari back. I also think the other thing that crosses my mind is obviously this Vayu and this card feels like Icarus, right? Like nothing else feels more obvious than that at the moment. And so maybe he's also thinking like, okay, if I can get him to like normal Sam Knight, I can get him to use Tiger and then maybe target Sam Knight and Consecrated or something like that maybe. And he's hoping for that upside out of it, which if we did that, then yeah, he's going way plus here.
Right.
But I think you thought for a while in this turn on what to do here, and to talk more about what from this to game state moving forward then.
Well, I think, because, I mean, we obviously think it's Icarus and Vayu set, so it's tempting to summon a monster, but you can't really ever use your SGB if you can help it.
Yeah.
So I think the interesting part, too, is I think if he does send back Tiger, I probably am summoning a GB and attacking, and then that's not great. Yeah. So I think I eventually just decide, like, he's not pressing advantage. We're at 8,000. Like, let's just, play a slow game if he's okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think especially with this being MST and thinking that this is Icarus, knowing that we're going to go +1 on the interaction is just massive for us.
And again, thinking we know exactly where the oppression is.
Yep. We got a bullseye on it right now. We know you thought a lot because like you kept you like checked each of the graves like 4 times there. I saw it flashing back and forth there. So we pass, and I guess he feels like, okay, you know what? I know what his hand is. I know what I have back here. I want to go.
Yeah.
So I understand that because he definitely is like, I'm sure he feels like if I get waived or heavy right now, I'm just screwed.
Yep.
So he decides to go here. just awesome for us. Like exactly what we want out of this. Confirmation on oppression, everything. Now he does one really wild thing here, which is that first action he just took after battle.
Yeah, that one. That one threw me off.
There just doesn't seem like any upside to this set right here at all. Because you're thinking road now, or at least solemn, right?
Yes, and the road becomes stronger in a second.
So I'm sure this is a long turn too, I think. And
Yep.
Yeah. So we just start testing. We knocked out an oppression. Okay. So
Yep. So now,
this tag, was there any so we can see that we do more mellow here. Was there any consideration in your eyes of, let's just say go Darius a quest, Tiger a quest, Bestie, hit a back row and try and clear the field? I agree with it. I just wanted to run it through because like in the end it would have worked out, which is wild to me given all these, but like it's interesting.
I felt like there was, I don't know. I didn't think he had a ton, but I didn't think he had absolute nothing.
Yeah. I agree with that for sure. So I agree. I think once we get that successful summon through and Tiger effect going through, removing Bora priority 1, like it's already, like the Tiger's already become smashing ground. It's been enough value for us to take the turn.
Yep.
And so we knocked that out. And this is a really, really also, like, I feel like high level GB play here of deciding how to use the second Tiger proactively right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was kind of obvious. Like, there's no
surprise,
way,
surprise. The world champion says it's obvious.
I felt like there's no way the attack gets through, right?
Yep.
So, and I mean, I guess if I wanted to, I could bestie a back row instead, but that's just speeding up the process of running into stuff. Because then we can't attack into prison with bestie. So what are we doing?
Yep.
So yeah, if we just quest back for another body, because it need bodies and attack, and whatever happens from here, cool.
Yeah, because if we're crossing out cards right now with bodies, we feel pretty good about where we are in the game state. And then if any, we cross them out, like we feel fine. And then if we get any plus value, we feel really great at that point, which is kind of what ends up happening here in a couple turns. So we attack, we get mirrored, all expected there, right?
Sure, great.
Yeah.
And then, when mirror happened, we're like, okay, there's got to be a Duster MST back row, so let's just play and hope we can bestie one the next turn. And and this is the part that makes everything go crazy.
He's hitting brain control. So this is, we already, go ahead. Just take us home here.
When I hit the brain control, I'm like, there's no way that's not road, right?
Yeah.
Like, no way. So, okay, road, set my hand, say go.
Yep.
You're feeling great here, by the way.
Yeah, just feeling like, how do we lose this game right now?
Mm-hmm.
Drawing Mind Crush, wild.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one. It also makes setting the brain control even weirder.
Yeah, like just having it in the deck, knowing that like you might have that. It's hard to think about those draws later, but yeah.
And then so from here, I figured I want to play around bottomless.
Yep.
So I want to attack first, and if he deprisons, I'm just gonna book the bestie, and we're still fine.
Yep. Book bestie and then instantly Gazaris.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we're going to tag into a quest first to get the quest back. I guess unfortunately this plays directly into Mind Crush.
It plays directly into the Mind Crush.
Which, I don't know, whatever level I was on, he's ahead of it.
He was. The fact he actually caught the value off that was wild.
Yeah, I saw him sided in against someone else. I was like, there's no way that comes in against GBs, right? And
I mean, I guess it is one of those cards. Like, if you're a Mind Crush enjoyer, you're a Mind Crush enjoyer. Like, you kind of just like enjoy that card specifically. So you could maybe just be bringing it in as long as there's any reasonable chance of hand knowledge. But it is pretty crazy.
I wonder if my man plays goats. That would explain a lot.
That might, yes. So, Chase being a sport over here, you got me.
He did in fact get me.
He did.
Can attest to that.
Okay, so we see the prison now. I mean, he doesn't really have a lot of options. Oh, wow. Look who showed up.
I guess the crazy part is, since all my cards go back to deck, I'm only like 10 cards deep, too.
Right. It's like we have plenty of cards left on the deck, but Rescue Cat is here again. Yeah, so this feels pretty good. I think in the symbol of a game state, I'm actually usually, not with Gazaris and, again, this game state, but I'm usually far more hesitant than I see most people to book a GB to save it, given like the chance of it just being dying and like throwing the book away essentially. But obviously in this simple game state, we know he's had a card in hand forever that he hasn't done anything with.
Yeah.
And we have Mirror Force and Bottomless to protect here, and we think this is Road. Like, It's a very easy decision for the upside, and because now we basically view this as the absolute worst case scenario is we cross out all three of his cards he's about to have with all three of ours, and then we have Cat.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's just like how do we lose in that point? So he reveals the Dust Tornado, which is a wild set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Got caught.
Yep. And I think he's doing everything. I mean, he did this because he has the Vayu engraved. I think ultimately this is correct. When he first did it, I was surprised he wasn't going Goyo, but then we saw the Vayu again, so I get that. Yeah, so he probably actually thought he might have just really flipped the game state here.
Wow.
Because I would have felt...
Too bad my cat showed up all weekend.
Too bad Cat came to work. I mean, he has a construction hat on for a reason, right? Like he's ready to go. So right away, we just go double Gazaris. 1 life point short of game. I'm actually surprised he scoops here because Blizzard top deck is like somewhat of a problem.
Yeah, because they're wanting.
Because he had two.
I think I end up having to end in Herp there probably.
Yeah, 100%. I think so.
Yeah, I think it's, but there's not a way that prevents him from being able to bring out Cadaster.
Correct. Yeah.
So, and since there's not a way to add Bestie to hand off Gazaris, I don't have a way. I don't know. Maybe there was a way I could have not made. No, because Bestie was engraved. Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe I should have maybe I should have left him at 800 and. I don't know.
Like,
but with 3 tags, there's nothing that does anything better, really.
Yeah. There is a world that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, obviously, I think this is fine. I'm kind of glad he scooped for you because this, like, people watching probably would have been like, "What are you thinking of?" But like these tag outs in this battle phase would have been really complicated.
Yes, because there weren't no, like, normally we like to have Bestie in hand and stay wide.
Yep.
Especially with Gale and Grave, and we can't really do that. So yeah, there wasn't a board that I could have tagged into. I don't think that would have completely sealed him from having any outs.
Yeah, which feels crazy because I would have thought there would have been, but I don't see any.
Well, let me see the graveyard actually. Actually, I think we could have left up no, because that still loses because he still has Goyo, right?
Yeah, Goyo's still available.
Because I was going to say we couldn't leave up Gazaris Perk because that can answer Cadastre, but that just loses DeGoyo.
How did we get to Gazaris Herc?
Well, we just leave a Gazaris up, and then we tag the second Gazaris out for Darius and Makari.
Yeah.
So that leaves one Gazaris up and Herc up. But then that just loses to Goyo because he can Goyo, take Gazaris, pop Gazaris, and Herc, and that's terrible for us.
Yeah, then we just lose to that.
So, yeah, I mean, he didn't, because his top card's Sirocco, he didn't do anything wrong, but he had to top exactly
Blizzard, yeah. Nothing else would have mattered. But Blizzard would have been real scary.
Yep. And that's why we were about to take so long, but he conceded nicely for us.
Yes. All right, on to the shit, man. Against Danny. And on to Vayu. What were you thinking at the moment? I mean, you're like cool as a cucumber, I feel like, all the time, but like, what were you thinking coming in here?
I like Danny.
That's what you were thinking? Just I like Danny?
What?
That's what you were thinking? You were just thinking I like Danny? You weren't worried about the championship here?
I mean, I guess I thought about it more after I won it, how nice it is to be able to say you're the world champ or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, we'd already split. Alba and Sophia had just got home from whatever they were doing exactly, so I saw them for a minute or two, and then came and played, and then didn't open very well in the Vayu.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because there was probably like I feel like it was 20-30 minute gap. You guys both took a little break and before we got started, and like you said, you guys agreed to split going into it.
Yeah, so it was really just for the title. And then I tried to talk Jazz into actually sending the winner a WWE belt, but
didn't work.
To be fair, if I tried harder, he probably would have because he's a good guy.
He definitely might have. I mean, I guess you still have time.
I'll consider the play mat the belt.
That's I think it is the best DRE belt. So we win the die roll, which is nice.
Yeah, the hand ain't.
The hand ain't. There's some nice stuff to stall, but we're really scary if he's got some +1 stuff coming at us.
Yeah. And I guess, ironically, it lines up pretty well that he doesn't have a Raikou, because, like, this hand's kind of not great into that.
Yeah.
This hand's not great into a lot of stuff that you can do, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I think everyone's pretty surprised that you win game 1 here.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a game that you should win based off how the first few turns go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just opens. Go ahead.
So this here, I probably should have bottomless the Greffer, but I was a little concerned about him making Armbling and having DDV for my only monster, and also obviously seeing my hand and any really good top decks, but I'm not so good.
Yeah. I think.
And that probably was greedy.
I think given that you don't have a solution to this, and the level of threat that this represents over just 2 turns
probably
is
should
too
have.
high. I think ripping that, especially like that's reinforced by the fact that you do have a clean out to Armbling.
I think so.
The deck dev is a bitch.
It's kind of. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how, I guess, almost format warping DDV is there when it's not even that great against it. My deck.
It's not, but it's so top of mind where you're just like, I don't want that to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
because also every time I get DDV, it seems like I start drawing rescue cats or tigers, and
it's the worst.
So here, just to play around the DDV again, we set the trap stun.
Yep. And hope he kind of gets extra aggressive, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just like throws a body into it so we get some value.
Yep.
But then he's got.
And then, unfortunately, he has the Arma. I'm like, okay, well, shit's getting rough.
Arma under bottomless is rough. So Sasha always complains about Ready Ari being under bottomless. Armageddon Knight being under bottomless is a problem.
That's his favorite card too.
It is, because it's just like 1400 is decent pressure if you throw two of them like that over a couple turns, and it definitely comes up where it's an issue. So sorry, I'm going a little too fast here. So we drew Torrential that last turn, and just set it. I mean, I don't know what else you were gonna do there, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, the good news is I'm pretty sure he doesn't have heavy.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just hope. I don't know. Because I kind of felt like from here, if he had heavy, there's a decent chance I would have died last turn.
Yep, I agree.
But yeah. So he thinks for a while here and then gets more aggressive, which is perfect because I actually drew Torrential to have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So we could not flip the Torrential fast enough there.
Yeah, we could not flip the Torrential fast enough to stop him from going for game.
Yeah.
That was a
and now all of a sudden it's like, okay, this game's looking up a wee bit.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like, we feel like we're gonna be able to attack with Murmillo. We have traps done. Obviously, Murmillo's gonna get blocked, but we can put stuff in defense. We have 4 ways to stop monsters. Yeah. So he sends the other Vayu, which feels all right considering we're bottomless in this, right?
Yeah. This still feels great. Still could be deck dev, but whatever.
Yeah. Well,
at this point,
we're not. Yeah, we're not getting to choose to play around that, and at least that's confirmation it's not. We did know he main deck Depression, right? Because we had watched the replays. Because he had Icarus too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think we found out after the fact. I don't think he mains DDV, which is interesting to me. But
yeah. Okay, so this is nice to get a second body here. What are you thinking right now?
Summon a deck, see what happens.
All right, caveman. Definitely just Murmillo first every time here, right?
I was actually wondering. I can't remember which one I did. Because Murmillo plays around bottomless a wee bit, but it's also 10 times weaker into anything. But we also want it back in our deck.
Yeah, I think with the armors out too, that helps a little bit. And 2 of the values.
Yeah, so like, it is probably Murmillo, but
I feel like the upside of Murmillo back in deck, and the fact that he is going to be necroing any of this, and the fact that we have these.
Yeah, it's probably too hard to pass up.
Yeah.
And last turn kind of confirms no heavy.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, playing into the back row instead of just heavy storming 3 of them. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Yep. So as soon as he doesn't necro here, I'm like, okay, that's got to be oppression, but we want to go ahead and clear that out of the way.
Yeah, just another example of like we talked about earlier. It's just sometimes they have oppression, and in this scenario, we still kind of want it to get flipped up. And also just don't want to leave Murmillo out here, and we want it back in deck, so that's fine.
I guess in retrospect, there's also an argument that maybe I ready Ari the necro here, leave oppression up, and know I'm going to have to heavy soon. But it feels kind of bad to set a couple back rows into that possibility. So
yeah, looking at this right now, I think I'm ready Ariing because of the heavy. Because I feel like that lowers the complication of follow-up turns.
Sure.
Quite a bit.
But no, I kind of feel like with both Compulse and Book and no Sirocco and Grave, like I'm probably fine. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're fine.
It's a pretty interesting choice there.
Yeah.
Because I guess if oppression stays up, are we setting both Book and Compulse?
Yes, we're still double setting.
So then, I guess it might be results oriented, but if he just summons Gale and halves, what happens?
We're booking Gale.
We book Gale, summon Lucari, and attack.
And that's
if he doesn't set the force.
Yeah, it depends on how if he sets force, it changes things a little bit. If he sets
I don't know. It's a very interesting
close.
micro decision there. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just go with the world champion's opinion here. That's better.
Not if you watch the Dragon Turbo match.
I won't go with your opinion that time. I agree. John Gores is such an awkward, terrible draw for him here.
Yeah, and here you did already tell me I messed up a little bit here. I definitely should have booked the Sirocco on summon.
Yeah.
So that was rough.
It almost.
I don't know. Yeah, almost. But if you say yes fast enough, they'll assume you have it.
Yes. So. Yeah. So. You just said yes fast enough. You were like, "Yep, go ahead." And
yeah, and then
this came down. I'd be curious to talk to him about this right now because obviously he doesn't know what our back rows are. He probably should know there's not bottomless though. To be fair.
Yeah.
Which I think for me, knowing that's not bottomless, like increases my willingness to go into Thought Roller like by a decent amount.
Yeah, I agree. No, I definitely think it should have been a book on my part and not put him in this situation.
Yeah. But I think Pro Storm talked about this too, where he was like, it actually Stardust makes more sense because he's going to be able to go to the Armed Wing immediately. So he can summon the Armed Wing and then immediately can just attack with Armed Wing and not attack with Stardust, which I'm very confident he was not attacking with Stardust in this scenario.
I'm confident that he will.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then we obviously book the Arm Wing and he does not attack with Stardust. And it kind of just felt good because it seemed like we had literally everything perfect for Lee lined up for what he was doing.
Yep. Yeah,
and he sets back row. I'm like, oh, now we got to compulse.
Yeah, just in case it's solemn specifically. Yep.
And then I think I'm happy about any draw there. That's some form of
some defense.
Protection of any kind.
Like battle traps are so much better versus I feel like versus Vayu than like Blackwings when I'm not as scared about their main phase. I guess I should be more. I shouldn't say it that way, but he was, especially the fact that Dad was basically out of the equation was the big thing here. This is actually really important what we do here. I remember watching. So talk through what you're thinking here.
I wish I could just Gazaris.
Yeah, but why don't obviously we're looking at now we have Gores here, but it's a fairly important read to not do that because I can see a world that a lot of people would just go ahead and Gazaris and attack, assuming that Necro is gonna stop it, and then Gores comes down with the token. Definitely,
yeah, you're just giving them options for no reason. You 100% just attack the Lucari set. If he necros, cool, we main phase 2 Gazaris. If he doesn't necro, I mean, Bestie's still attacking directly, and if he drops Gores, we can just probably ready Ari something and pop the Gores. And
it'd be ready Ari the necro then in that scenario.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, so really, I just an important turn to do right because I think a lot of people do that wrong. And yes, most likely these probably both carry that scenario, but if he rips Caius off the top, they don't.
Yeah.
And this was also extra confirmation, right? How many cards is he not doing something with in the deck?
Oh yeah, 100%. And we decided to attack here because we topped the answers. So.
Yeah.
But to be fair, basically anything answers.
Yeah. By this point, anything in our deck is pretty much going to take care of it. And we just Tiger turns into Smashing Ground. Yep. And
Unfortunately, the one time he draws a dead dad all match.
yep, it was very dead. Yeah, that was it was like, I mean, ultimately, right, like the torrential turn just completely flipped the script, because that turn at the beginning of it looked like we were like maybe at 20% win, something like that, and it ended at like 65%. Felt like it was gonna win.
Oh yeah, no, as soon as I didn't die there, I was like, okay, like we're in business now, boys. So this is where things start going awry. That's crazy. Oh, he didn't even open the burial?
Nope.
Man, it's crazy because, like I said on Fraser's channel, this is the game I felt the best about too.
I mean, looking at both his and our hand right now, I would say that I would think I win this 75% of the time.
Yeah.
Like, easily. And
then, you know,
it's like, because even like, I feel like even when you hit the Raikou, you're like, yeah, awesome. I Stratos traded with a Raikou. That feels great.
Yeah, and I mean, and then
we see.
Didn't this happen last Worlds too, or was it the one before that? Somebody basically did the same thing.
I don't recall, but it happened in this one.
Yeah.
So that's just like absolutely insane with the dad live. I mean, even without knowing about the dad, this is just like, wow, you just killed it.
Yeah. So from here, I'm like, okay, this game got a lot harder. Let's set Compulse in case he uses it, and I've got D-Prison for something else. Cool.
Yep.
Not great, but it is what it is. And I also thought about it too. I was like, well, if he drops Dark Arm, we're probably just going to game 3. And I'll be going first, so that's okay. And
he did.
I also personally like my comment there. He asked if it's good or negate, and I said, unless you want to flip the oppression for it, for me, unfortunately.
Yeah, and calling out the oppression when it wasn't.
And so, of course, you know.
When we did this, okay, so to be fair,
even here, without like, if Burial was a dead card, maybe it's not even that bad.
Yeah, it's really not, because like, if he can't do anything, we're just like normal request. We probably get this to flip next turn, or he probably doesn't, because he's like, well, my win condition at this point is dad coming down again. It's actually crazy how like this game was just blown open both by the mill and then the Burial top deck.
Yep.
I wonder how much he thought about doing that. I forget how fast that happened. But, I mean, it's just like 5,100. He can't think about it that much. It's just like, put the pressure on, have Necro in graveyard. Oh, that would have been nice last year.
And then, I mean, here, I try to still do stuff, but I'm dead.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's like what we see here in Game 3 a little bit. Like, heavy Prisma Tiger or something is like the only way you're coming back here.
Yeah. But even to try to get the Dark out of the grave, I summon an attack, and here Chris is like, okay, and the brain for the extra.
Yeah.
And of course, there's no world he ever gives me the quest back and gives me a chance, but you know, just in case.
I mean, just a wild turn there.
And all that was still with the Prussian set, so.
Right. Yeah. Which is probably why he was so aggressive about putting dad on into the back rows initially. He was just like, well, I'm going to have to flip this to be in the game, so I might as well just try. So, well, I mean, honestly, well played by him and well drawn. All right. This is game 3 of the ship here, going first, which feels way better than going second. And we open pretty damn well.
And we also have the cat, as per usual.
Yeah, per usual. Cat was here to work. Solemn Trapstone Prison. I mean, the only thing that makes his hand better is like if it's like, like literally dust shoot over the Sam Knight, probably.
Yeah.
It's like,
but I guess you can't ask for everything.
Can't ask for everything. So, not a lot of debate here to open. There's no point in putting Sam Knight out. And to remind the world, we have both Sam Knights in the deck right now, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not.
Because if we didn't, we might not be world champion.
Yeah, if we didn't. We definitely might not be. We honestly might be. Probably we're still probably not putting Sam Knight in the field immediately then, but
Yeah.
I don't know. So his hands pretty solid, right? Like
Yep.
I don't think he's complaining that much. He's probably just mostly complaining right now. I got about 3 back rows, but outside of that, he probably feels pretty good.
Yep.
So he mills only a piece this time, but still 2 darks.
Yep.
Does that. How much did you consider not prisoning this?
I wanted the Stratus to pressure the Ryko, and also I just didn't have a clean answer, so I was pretty confident I was always prisoning.
Because we want to clear the path for Cat. We don't want to use Prisma to Chimera Tech.
Yeah.
Because we want to use Prisma to dump SDR.
Yep.
And so it's like
That's how we win eventually.
Yep. Because it doesn't feel good prisoning it. It's like whenever we get like our bottomlesses or our Stratos bottomless or prison, I feel like they're like, okay, great, that's out.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised he double sets these into it. I thought he would have set one of them, but I guess
I don't know. I guess
he knows we have Prisma, so he's thinking if he just sets one Prisma Tiger outset.
Yeah, and maybe he thinks 2 is just enough to discourage me from trying it.
Yeah, it's just really bad in a trap zone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is a three set that is an issue for sure though. So I mean, drawing the heavy here doesn't change any of our equation right now. The only thought,
Not at the moment.
Yeah, the only thought process is like, we feel good about outing Ryko. We feel good about putting Bestie in Grave so that heavy Cat next turn is incredible, and probably game tilting in the meantime. And again, we still feel also really good about Solemn stopping anything crazy happening.
Yeah.
Bestie. This was an interesting. I mean, certainly I'm kind of surprised he didn't just mirror force if he was going to hit the back rows with Ryko, and I think he should have hit the back rows with Ryko. Like that was correct, but I'm kind of surprised he didn't just mirror first so that he could decide which to hit next turn. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like I don't know. I guess you kind of don't want to have to flip Ryko, so you want it to die.
Yeah,
so they
it's not on
can't
the
tag.
field. Yep.
But I'm a sucker for a 2-for-1 force.
Yeah. And just feeling like you have Ryko's ability to turn.
Yeah.
Whenever you need to later.
And I don't. Maybe he's afraid of road, but that card's not great against Vayu.
Yeah.
I guess the argument there though is you're on the play, so I don't know.
Yeah. This is interesting. Frazier brings this up. Did you rewatch Frazier's stream?
Yeah.
We can talk about that in a second because the dad Solemn is interesting. So we know he mills dad live immediately, and then he mirror forces this.
Yeah. Which, like we said, is kind of odd to me. So I think it definitely means dad is coming, but I don't know.
Yeah. Like it's almost like he wants to get this back row out, so he solemns to see if he can get the traps on the flip. Just to simplify his decision making next turn. And how much
I think I probably thought too long there. I think I should have just instantly put it in the graveyard because I don't think I'm ever trap stunning there
for 1800 damage.
Yeah, and to keep bodies that aren't really relevant. So I did make a mistake there. I should have just instantly put him in the graveyard. Maybe read something else.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It's just like, if you put him there, like all of a sudden he has to think like, is it bottomless? Like, but thinking for a while kind of said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's at least not real interaction, especially with Solomon.
Yep.
And Fraser mentioned the Vayu here was pretty good for him.
It made this a lot better of a turn for him. It made it actually feel like we could lose this game, unfortunately. So he has to just kind of summon that immediately, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there any world you're not Soloming if we have Solemn here? Because it's
quite possibly.
Because like we lose if
I'm
if
still
we do.
just dead to Greffer plus a piece.
Right.
Like I think if my hand was worse, I don't Solemn. I think since my hand is good, or I think I said that backwards.
Yeah.
If my hand is worse, I would Solemn. If my hand isn't worse, I think I'm holding it.
Yeah, because you're literally only like, as long as I don't die, I win this game.
Yeah.
Right.
My lost condition here is dying or topping a Sam Knight. Other than that, to Sam Knight or Darius.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're fine.
I kind of really wish you had the opportunity to make the call, because it would have been a badass decision to not Solemn, to not die, and then do what we did.
Yeah. No, I think
it would have been tough, because like how many people are like, it seems pretty tough not to do it, honestly. Like if you have a Solemn on Dad and they're down to 3 cards, but like you said, like Greffer pitch is literally just game on board.
Yeah, so yeah, I think I definitely don't Solemn there. Again, just because my hand's good.
Yeah.
If my hand's worse, then we obviously are Solemning and dying.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't be. I don't think anyone's playing that wrong in that scenario.
Yeah.
Do you think Danny thought he had the game won right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't blame him.
I don't blame him whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, there's not many things. This is the only 2 cards in this scenario that I guess Tiger GB heavy or just really Tiger access is the key with heavy.
Yeah.
Or MST.
And I mean, I thought this was pretty obvious too. You have to leave the Armling up because he's got Vayu and Grave. So if you pop it without defense, you're just dead.
Yeah, because he has the Necro to stop it on the back end.
Yeah.
Danny got a little cute here in the championship and chose for us.
I think he probably just misclicked. He meant send the Greffer for me.
Right, he just misclicked twice before you targeted. I agree. No, we're being facetious there. But good call on your part to not let that happen. I think worse players, again, probably not in the ship, like you're thinking through things here, but worse players might just be like, oh, okay, whatever, more damage or something. But like you just said, like you got to make that call correct, because we probably will lose this game if we...
oh, there ain't no probably.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Which is would have been a wild misplay to throw that like that. I didn't realize he thought so much about this attack, because I think he has to Necro or else you're just ready R-ing.
Well, I think the thing is he can probably hold it, and I can only ready RE1, right?
Yeah.
Because I have to ready RE the Vayu there, or no, probably either the Armling or the Vayu.
Yeah.
And then, though, I'll probably get Lakari. Or what do I have engraved? Nothing, right?
Nothing. We don't have any pluses.
Then I got to get Lakari, so if he top decks Armageddon Knight from there, he probably wins.
Yeah.
But he still wins either way if he tops. He doesn't win if he tops Arma. So
no, not.
I think it's a little bit of a decision, but I think you still probably do have to Necro.
Yeah, given I guess I don't know how many Caiuses he has in the deck right now.
Yep.
But assuming he has some number of Caiuses too, it makes it even stronger of a Necro play. But also, like, what's the world that we have 2 ready Aries in the deck? Like, fairly common for a lot of people to have 2 ready Aries in. I know we don't, but double ready Ari then just like completely cooks because we have guaranteed Gazaris next because he's not going to draw a 2 card out to it.
And also, I mean, if he doesn't top something to win, the Rhoda top deck for Prism Access was phenomenal here.
Really great. Feels good. Was there any thought process to use the Rhoda this turn to thin at all? Because we didn't have
probably should have, to be honest, but I didn't think about it. I was just at the point of please don't top decking out.
Yeah, cool.
Because this was the turn. If he misses, I feel like I'm world champ.
Yeah, 100% agree. And he probably drew something that he probably thought was like, okay, maybe I have a chance here. But with the Prisma, it's just math. Look at this Sand Knights hanging out over here.
Bro, they just want to flex on everybody. It's okay.
It's true. It's like, we're here, guys.
They did their job. They just want to be seen now.
Yep. I'm pretty proud of this move that you made here as well. Because it seems, I'm sure to you it seems simple, but like talk about your decision making on how to play this turn, because there's a way to play this in a lot worse way than we did.
I just wanted to be able to pop the set, make sure I get 2 tags, and not risk a Raikou here, which it obviously was. So I thought it was Gazaris over the Arm Wing, tag out for Ready Ari just in case it happens to be Vayu. And then, like I said, banish the Arm Wing with Ready Ari, bounce the Bestie with the Quest, so we're threatening another Gazaris next turn, and pop the set. And then, I mean, does he have any outs there?
No, I don't think with Dad gone in particular, I don't know what he I mean, like, even something like Torrential Mirror Force, like I don't know. Like he has outs to, like, he doesn't have Mirror Force anymore. Outs to like slow us down maybe, but nothing that's gonna like win it for him, in my opinion. I think the real key is, I think a lot of players Prisma dump Bestie and then instantly Gazaris main 1, pop both, and then attack. And the different in like the card economy of that for us is really big in the end, because we are still then ready-ring a questing. We have 1 less monster on board. It's just like a little bit worse in every way. Again, we probably still win, right? Like it's not like we're probably just losing the game because of a decision like that. But the difference is ending in Ready Ari and a quest, and instead we end in this.
But what's in his grave? Okay, yeah, I'm not even dead to brain. Because the other thing that I'm thinking about now too is maybe I should have dumped Bestie, tagged for Darius instead of no, maybe it should have been Darius and Lucari. No, and then I can pop the
and go to Herc.
Use Bestie and and then Herc after popping the Raikou. That might have been slightly better. But
the other Raikou, the third Raikou's.
The third. Okay,
we don't know
that's
about
why I
this
did
yet.
it. That makes more sense.
Yeah, and again, because we don't know what this is yet.
Yeah, that's definitely safer then, because if he tops the Caius with, and it was Vayu, he has a shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I was a little nervous here, because, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, any surprise set was at least something to think about.
Yeah. Well, also...
Terrible draw.
Like I kept mentioning, if I ever draw
defense?
Any form of defense, it's,
Yeah, we've chain drawn Rhoda, Sam Knight, Gores here when, like, literally any defense is, like, guaranteed game, and this is just keeping it in the equation.
Yep.
So Mirror Force is out. Torrential Bottomlesses are in. Talk about how you're approaching this turn, because like all of these tags and decision making is like they might look small, but like they all matter here.
Yeah, I think because didn't I just turn the quest to attack here and attack with everything?
Yes.
Yeah,
which I mean, especially Mirror Force is gone, so that
Yeah.
For the ones on board,
So
that makes 100% sense to me.
that part was easy to turn and tackle both. The hard part is like maybe what I'm doing after that, since my whole hand is monsters.
You checked the graves a few thousand times here. Let's
Yeah, well, if if you're not new here,
viewed opponents, viewed. But yeah, so turn attack 100% I think is right. It's like not Bestiar and Gazarising plays around Torrential. Torrential loses into a lot of his top decks. So we know it's not Prison right now. But it could be any summon interruption.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's oppression, I want to make them put it. So we're tagging. And we did a quest first, because if it's oppression, he probably won't, but we at least give him the opportunity there. So we take the Vayu to start cutting off Armageddon Night draws.
Yep.
And then when Gazaris gets through successfully, it's 100% not oppression.
Yep.
So then I start worrying about Bottomless. So that's why I got Secutor here. When he doesn't Bottomless, I'm like, okay, I guess there's a world. Maybe it's Solemn, but I'm probably... Because his Solemn's still in play, right?
Yes, Solemn is still in play. No, it's not.
No, it's in Grave. Okay, then. Okay. Now I'm like, okay, I think I just won Worlds. Unless he really got me with the oppression, which is possible because he's very good.
Yep.
But I'm still going for it. And then when Herc walks...
because now the Rykos are... The
Rykos are gone. He doesn't have enough cards, and he can't take more damage to try to draw enough to Plague and do something. So it's like, okay, I won Worlds. Gotcha. Yep. Nice
work here.
Obviously set, because we've got 15 monsters in hand.
Because we have what feels like all of our monsters. There's no downside to setting. In fact, it just makes like an easier Gazaris player to clear whatever goes out here.
Yeah.
He just does that. He doesn't have the discard for it, so he does draw. So Armageddon Knight was off the top here. So like if we make like a couple substandard calls here, this Armageddon Knight could have caused some extra chaos for us for sure.
Yeah, that's why I got to check the graves 15 times.
Yep.
And he decides that was it, and
scoops it up. And GB format confirmed.
He would agree with that now. I think probably
he loves GBs.
I don't know. That's how we know each other. But yeah, so I don't know. I think for the most part, I played that game pretty well.
Yeah, I agree.
Could have been a little better, but nothing crazy.
I think. I don't know. I think maybe a couple small things, but we played it well.
Yep.
Well, so that's how you win a world championship in 10 games.
Yep. I don't know. Got lucky, ran hot, and saw the cat. There's always the shot.
We did see the cat. It always gave us a shot. Well, anything else you want to add just before we close it off? In the video?
Just shout out to everybody that's ever play tested with me or supported me or taught me how to play GBs. I don't know. I feel like it feels better when it's your favorite tech and it's all you ever really played. And yeah, I don't know. I went back and watched Fraser's tier list video and it made me laugh.
It was really funny. He's like, I guarantee you GBs will not win Worlds.
Yeah, I mean, with only 5 people playing it, the odds are, in fact, not in our favor, but got it done.
We did. You did, really, but...
it's we as a... when I say we, I mean the GB players of the world. Us against the world.
It does feel like that sometimes. At least us against Edison. Everyone hates us.
Yeah, well...
Cool.
Hate us because they ain't us.
That's a fact. All right. Well, I'm going to shut the stream off now. So hopefully everyone had a good time and enjoyed watching.